just don't want Ron to do that shit. That shit drive me crazy.
To do what? Pull up in a Lakers jersey?
Oh, it's that fucking Russell Westbrook. And that shit it's triggering me. It's making me nuts. Mm-hmm.
We got a lot to talk about today. And specifically, we are going to talk about the Eastern Conference and why it is so competitive and why it is absolute cinema and why we are in for the time of our lives. As the season winds down, this playoff race is crazy, and it's not necessarily at the top seed because it's looking like Detroit's going to bring that top seed home. It's really the second seed. It is going to be a battle to the finish between the Celtics and the Knicks. And then it's looking like the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to take home the fourth seed. No problem. But it is the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th seed that are all up for grabs. And it can go any which way. They're literally, right now, is only a 3-game gap between the 5th seed and the 10th seed, with the 5th seed being the Toronto Raptors and the 10th seed being the smoking hot Charlotte Hornets that are on a 3-game win streak and are showing no signs of slowing down. And Mars and Chill, I just can't predict what it's going to look like out east. And specifically that 5th to 10th seed. 2 seed is up for grabs. That's gonna be cool.
Mm-hmm.
But really, the bottom of the East is where it's at right now.
Yep.
I think that's the biggest and most competitive part, like for the last 10, 12 games of the season.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we need to be honed in on. And so that is why that's the title of the show. But let me take this jersey off. The Lakers got packed up yesterday. You guys' win streak is over, so we won't talk about that anymore.
Just like that, Mars.
Yeah.
He's out. Just like that. Like we were there a minute ago. Now we out. Jesus Christ.
Signed a 1-day contract, but it was good,
Damn.
though. It was fun while it lasted. Now it's time for me to get my Scotty Barnes jersey.
So,
hello, Pete.
What it sounded like, Ron.
Up, you threw your Puma hat, too?
Well, that's what I was about to say. I want to start the conversation, Penn. Like, I can't work. I need that hat. I'm trying to work over here. Like, I need that hat.
Need extra
now,
hat?
I don't know where the hat is. Because I'm trying to work over here. And it's screwing me up.
I'm opening myself up to new sponsorship opportunities.
No,
you know
screwing
what
me
I'm
up,
saying?
man.
Like,
you straight screwing me up. I'm trying to work over here, and I need some.
It's like me showing up without a hoodie. It's like
you screwing me up, Penn. You straight screwing me up without the hat. It's like I'm seeing a different person. It's like to Mars's point, Mars shows up without the hood, and I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on? That's
crazy, because they really thought you was bald.
Yeah, what's
going
on?
That's the thing. I heard that rumor, right? And I'm like, yo, man, the internet be going crazy sometimes. You gotta put people in check. Let them know.
Okay.
Let them know what's up, and then put the hat back on.
Okay, so you went to Turkey right quick, and then got your thing, and now you.
Are you crazy?
Yes.
Are you crazy?
I'm just asking.
Ain't no one going to Turkey. No, I never lost my hair. That's the crazy part. I just keep wearing a hat.
Okay.
I like a hat, man. But then I realize every single time I see a dude my age wearing a hat and they take it off, you got a shiny dome underneath. So I'm like, well, except for you, you special. But
yeah, I was just making sure. Well, let's get into it, fellas. It really is a lot to talk about. We're gonna talk about the East, but there's a bunch of other things that I do want to get into. Cam Thomas, he got cut. LaMelo Ball, and Luka, they got named Player of the Week. Wemby made some comments about why he should be the MVP. I want to talk about that. What else do we have on our agenda, fellas?
Dennis Jenkins. I'm gonna give you two. I'm gonna give you one name, Dennis. I'm gonna give you a second name, Jenkins. We got to talk about this Pistons team because they're tough. Also, I have a question. Where is the pastor? Where he at? Where he at today? Is he on the schedule? Is he on the docket?
The pastor of the panel? I'm assuming we can summon him. He's not supposed to be here today, but maybe if you call his name 3 times, maybe he might appear.
So, Ron, can I start? I'm sorry.
We got the Lakers losing to the K-less Pistons. And then we got the Houston Rockets losing to a team that I'm pretty sure plays 14 point guards in the Chicago Bulls. On the same night?
Yes, sir. It did happen.
It wasn't on a Sunday.
Nope.
It was on a Monday.
The day after a Sunday. Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't do what he was supposed to do on a Sunday, and that's why he was punished.
So, Ron, I want to preface something to you because you are adamant and I'm gonna call it what it is, Ron. You're an East Coast hater. You're from the West Coast. You're an East Coast. Yes, you are. You're 100% an East Coast hater.
Mars, am I an East Coast hater?
Yes, you're an East Coast hater. Yes.
I think you would fit the description.
Yes, you are an East Coast hater. Yeah. So I say that to say with this playoff race that we're talking about, Ron. So from 5 to 10, separated by about 2.5 games. In addition to it being separated by 2.5 games, the Charlotte Hornets on this 3-game winning streak, they're winning by an average margin of 24 a game. They're smoking teams. They're not winning games. With all of that being said, they're still in 10th place. You know what that tells me, Ron? Maybe the East is better than you think it is. How about that for an idea, Ron? Maybe the East might be a little bit better than you think it is. I mean, we've had some teams go out west. Like I saw Toronto go out to Phoenix, and I did not want to be a part of that bludgeon, and that was just ridiculous. I didn't want to see any more of that than I had to watch. But with that,
did you turn it off early too, Pin?
I did. Well,
no, I didn't. I'm contractually obligated to have to watch the entire game, even though I didn't want to.
I was out in the third quarter, Pin. When they fell 30 in the hole, I was out. I was like, I don't need to see no more of this. I'm straight. With that being said, I mean, I feel like the Eastern Conference race with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, well, maybe 6 teams, I really feel like they got a shot at making some real noise in the East. Real noise. I didn't think that Detroit would be able to continue to keep rolling the way that they rolling. Now, I don't expect Dennis Jenkins to be 30 every night, but I think he's a testament, Penn, to what the league is. And I think the league is full of talented players. And I think that we're in a space today in the NBA where we're allowed, because of the expansion of media, that we're allowed to see all of these guys. I don't think I would have been able to see a guy like Dennis Jenkins 25, 30 years ago off the strength of the team having a certain system, and he would have to play within that system and only play within himself and not be able to expand his game. And number two, I wouldn't be able to see the games as much. So I'm really liking the fact that a guy like Dennis Jenkins, who is nothing but a ball of energy, and it's just so infectious with that group that you cannot help but get on board with them. You can't help but get on board with them. I think they found a gem in Dennis Jenkins. But with that being said, if you're the Lakers and you're going to lose once every 9 games, I think we're in good shape. I do. I think we're in pretty good shape. I'm not sure if that's the case, but I think we're in good shape. This Eastern Conference race, Ron, is going to be a lot more competitive than people thought it was. I do think that Cleveland is supplanted probably in that 4, kind of like what's going on with Phoenix in that 7 spot. I think Cleveland is in that 4 spot. I do think that the Celtics are going to end up keeping that number 2 spot. I do. I think that they're going to end up keeping that number 2 spot. Even though Jason Tatum has been, hot and cold, I do think that they're going to end up keeping that number 2 spot.
Fellas, so I'm going to share this on the screen just so everybody in the chat can see exactly what the playoff race is looking like. Mm-hmm. So this is 1 through 10, NBA.com. This is as such. We got the Pistons at 52-19, obviously the number 1 seed. Mm-hmm. They're 5 games above the number 2 seed, which is the Boston Celtics at 47-24. Then you have the Knicks that are just a half game behind the Celtics at 47-25. Then we got the Cleveland Cavaliers, 4 seed, 44-27. They're 2.5 games behind the New York Knicks. Mm-hmm. Then this is where things get fun. At the 5th seed, we have the Toronto Raptors, 40-31. Then we have the Atlanta Hawks, 40-32, just a half game behind the Raptors. The Hawks have now snuck into the playoffs, and they are the 6th seed. Then you have the Philadelphia 76ers, 39-33 as the 7th seed. 8th seed, the Orlando Magic, 38-33. Miami Heat, 38-34 as the 9th seed. And then, last but certainly not least, one of the hottest teams in the new year, the Charlotte Hornets, 37-34. So, right quick, I do just want to start with the Celtics and the Knicks, the 2 seed, before we really get to those bottom 5 seeds. The 2 seed, Boston Celtics. The 3 seed, New York Knicks. Chill, I know you said that you believe that the Celtics can bring this home. I would like to hear your thoughts on this, Penn, Mars. How do you feel about these 2 teams?
Well, to start, I mean, I think that since Jason Tatum has been back in the lineup, he came back. What's today, Ron? The 23rd or the 24th? He came back They've been rolling as of late. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They've won 4 of their last 5 games. I mean, they lost to Minnesota on Sunday. I mean, and they play again on Wednesday, which is good. They play Oklahoma City on Wednesday. That should be a good one. But I mean, I feel like looking at the rest of their schedule. I mean, they don't have cupcakes. They got to play Atlanta twice. They got to play Charlotte. They got to play Miami. They should beat Milwaukee. They got Toronto. They got Charlotte. They got Charlotte twice. They got Atlanta twice. They got the Knicks and Pelicans and the Magic. So I feel like the way that
they got
playing,
all teams that are fighting though. They don't got no scrub games.
No games off. But
this is the Celtics, right?
Yes, this is Boston. I do feel like the way that they've been playing though, that I do think that they have done enough where I think that they can hold, even though that 2 seed is like a game, like a half a game. I think that they've done enough that they should be able to hold on to that 2 spot.
Okay, so the Knicks, these are the remaining Knicks games. They have the Pelicans tonight. They have the Hornets on Thursday, OKC on Sunday. Then next week they got to play the Rockets. So the Pelicans actually playing pretty good too. So these are 4
losable games.
All 4 of them, you believe, Penn?
Yep, all 4 are losable games.
Then
I'm using the same logic that Chill used to put the Toronto Raptors at 0-5 potentially, right? It's losable. You could lose to the Pelicans.
100% they could lose to them.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, the next 3 games aren't just losable though. Like you're talking about the Hornets, the Raptors, and the Rockets. Like those are.
Who we talking about, Ron? We talking about the Celtics.
We're talking about the Knicks. No, we're talking about the Knicks now.
I'm sorry. I'm talking about the Knicks. Okay.
So they got the Pelicans, Hornets, OKC, Rockets.
And they're already 4-0 against the Raptors this year. What's 5-0?
Yeah, they own y'all.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
We
don't have a good matchup for Connaughton Towns, but hey man, this is before the Markelle Fultz era. Yo, we are 1-0 in the Markelle Fultz era.
I was thinking about Mars because I found out that the Toronto Raptors, they liked what they saw from Markelle, and they said, "Yo, my man, come on up here and help us out."
Finally adding some real talent to the roster, man.
Come on up here and help us out.
Shout out Markelle, man.
We nearly gave up a 30. Yo, I love Markelle. I have a lot of love for DMV hoopers. I was talking about this on my live yesterday. How when you go to basketball camps, when you're young, you go to those youth camps, you start to get like a rhythm and an established understanding of what players from certain regions play like. You're like, oh, these guys, they're from California, they play like this. This guy's from New York, they play like this. Guys from the DMV have always struck me as very tough. Kevin Duren, right? Markelle Fultz, guys like this. So I don't know. I love him. I want him to do well. Obviously, the jump shot is broken as hell. And yesterday, started out really well. But then we almost gave up a 30-point lead to the Utah Jazz with Markelle on the court, and then Jamal Shed had to come back and save us. So I don't know.
He's just getting his feet wet.
He was tired, man. He played a G League game that day. He
did. I hope they give him a second. I hope they give him a second 10-day. But he is not eligible to be on the roster for the playoffs because we signed him too late. So I don't know.
How do you feel about California hoopers? Let the world know.
I don't really like y'all.
Oh, because we too good for you.
Nah.
Why would they sign him if he's not eligible to be on the roster for the playoffs?
I was an East Coast guy, so I don't really have a lot of love for California basketball players at basketball camps, man.
Hey, but why would they sign him if he can't be on the roster for the playoffs?
So that he can play.
So he can play, maybe get an idea. I mean, he is very talented, man. Like for first.
That's a rule, but that's a rule though. Like you have to sign a certain guy by a certain time.
Yeah,
is it not March 1st? I think.
Yeah, you got to be on the roster for a specific amount of time to be eligible to be in the playoffs because it's more bread in the playoffs.
Penn, y'all got somebody injured right now?
Yeah, yesterday Emmanuel Quickly, Brandon Ingram, and Jakob Poeltl all missed time, but Colin Murray Boyles was back for the first time. He had 5 blocks in 17 minutes, which was pretty dope.
That definitely makes sense because I remember with the Clippers, Rodney McGruder signed late and he didn't play in the playoffs. I remember him for sure. But I was wondering like why he wasn't playing. But I guess that's it. And maybe they signed him too for the next year, so I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm rooting for Markelle, man. I certainly prefer Markelle over Cam Thomas. I'll tell you that much.
Damn, Cam.
Ben Serif's still an NBA player.
I mean, there are a lot of really ass NBA players. I'm just saying, like, Markelle is a really good defender. I like him as a defender. He's long. He pesky. He gets his hands in the passing lanes. And unlike every other guard on my team, he does not pick up his dribble after 2 dribbles. This is the most annoying trait of Emmanuel Quickley, RJ Barrett, Scotty Barnes, Brandon Ingram, Jamal Shad, literally Grady Dick, who is not an NBA player at this point, is they just all pick up their dribble every time they get stressed.
Grady Dick not no NBA player?
Bro, Grady Dick might have been the worst player in the building. There might have been fans on that court, like in the stands. There was a dude wearing a John Stockton jersey. I was like, yo, give him a 10-day. He might do better than Grady Dick right now. Grady been playing awful, though.
That's a dope thought, though. Like, I wonder on average, like when you go to NBA games.
I think your mic a little too low.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, you hot now. Mm-hmm.
I wonder, like, on average, how like when you go to NBA games, how many people in the stands could actually like play in the game, like at that moment?
Probably like between 5 and below.
I'll be watching them like intermission people come out and shoot free throws and whatnot. I'm like,
they purposely don't pick people that can hoop. They purposely don't pick people that.
I mean, obviously they don't want to pay anything, but
yeah,
like,
for sure. Because I'd be sitting right there. I'm like, please pick me. Sometimes I act like I'm not even like. Sometimes I act like I'm not even like paying attention. I'd be like trying to act like I'm all, soft and all. Like, please pick me. They look right over me, boy. I'm like, please get me for that little. When they be shooting for that money. That money for the casino.
Yeah.
Boy, I'm like, boy, I'm making all my fucking layups. I'm making every layup. Boy, I ain't even moving from the free throw line. I'm shooting straight 5 free throws. Give me that bread. That's 5 bands right there. And then I go to the 3-point line. Come on now. I'm not getting to the 3-point line until I get 5 bands. They be like shooting one.
Right.
What? But they don't never pick me.
Line.
Even at the G League games, they ain't pick me.
Hey, that's a fact. Just in the chat, man. They need that Pros vs. Joe show. I missed that show.
Hey, but anyways, I wanted to ask too though, because I know some people think Cam Thomas got cut because he trashed. Y'all really think he got cut because he trashed?
Hold on. Can we get back to
why the Bucks did anything? I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of weird about the Bucks, but I just wanted to know, like, did people think he got cut because he trashed?
I definitely want to get to that. I just want to pin to your point. Your Eastern Conference Toronto Raptors right now at the 5 spot. How do you feel about you guys? Do you feel like y'all backing into the playoffs, or do you feel like this is a team that's like kind of putting it together?
There's tiers in the Eastern Conference.
Sure.
So, tier 1, Detroit. By themselves, they deserve to be by themselves, and they deserve a hell of a lot of respect.
Sure.
For 2
tier
years
what?
now,
By themselves?
Tier one by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I don't buy any
by
of
themselves.
this. Yes, by themselves.
Ron, they better than the Celtics, Ron. Stop the bullshit.
How many teams?
Who better than the Celtics? The Pistons?
Yeah, they better than them.
How many?
You think the Pistons can beat the Celtics in a series?
If Cade was healthy, yes.
Even if he was healthy, no, they can't.
Yes.
Why can't they?
Oh, they can't. Oh, they're incapable. Oh, so
nah.
No, I mean now anybody can beat anybody.
Why don't you think they could beat them 4 times in a week?
Because they can't shoot the 3 ball. They're not like they're not going to be able to like the Celtics is a prime example of they gonna make sure they 3s is better than them 2s you gonna get. And they're gonna get 2s as well too. That's why they can't beat them. Like I don't know why we acting blind to Detroit. Like they've been who they are, for the regular season. They're a good team, but at the end of the day, you match up against a team like the Celtics.
Yep.
No, chill. They might get beat 4-2. To be honest with you, it might not even go like a 7-game series.
I don't think that you give. You're talking about shooting. I don't think you give their shooters like Duncan Robinson as much credit as you should. Absolutely.
That's one shooter.
And you got other guys who can score the basketball. Like
other guys, but no. Don't switch it. Don't switch it. Go.
I'm
to
not
the
switching
other
it.
guys
You're turning. This is
basketball.
what you're doing, Drenchy. You're turning this into playing like the Celtics. We can't beat them playing like them. We can't get into a 3-point contest with them. That ain't our game. Hell no. We do that. We're gonna get smoked. No. But you know what we do want? We do want, because we play defense, we do want them to jack up a bunch of 3s because we rebound the basketball. We can hold them to one shot. And we saw what the Celtics did last year with that 3-point variance where it can just fall off a cliff. We've seen that. We're not going to get into a 3-point contest with them. Hell no. Absolutely not.
Yeah, they won't have a choice. They won't have a choice. Like, even their best shooter is good for, 11 points a game?
Who are you talking about?
Duncan Robinson.
Yeah, but chill. Don't you think that just based on the different level on the offensive side, like the Celtics are so much better on offense than Detroit. I believe that the Celtics can guard Detroit better than Detroit can guard the Celtics.
For sure.
If that was true, then why did they struggle so much with them? If that's true, then why did they struggle with them so much? The reason why I felt like they struggled with them so much is because Cade Cunningham, when he was healthy, caused such a problem and such a mismatch for them, not just getting downhill, but being the playmaker that he was. And those guys that they had couldn't really recover. I think that Jalen Duren gave them hell in the post. And not only did Jalen Duren give them hell in the post, but I felt like their guys like Duncan Robinson was able to stretch the defense. Now, when you're talking about guarding them, if Detroit keeps the game in the low 100s, I mean, I like what they're doing. If we get to 115, 120, they don't have a chance because I don't think that their offense is good enough to do that. No.
Boston's 3-1 against them
this season.
I'm not worried.
Chill, you think okay. And I guarantee you, Joe Mazzulla's saying the same thing, bro. I guarantee you, Detroit is more concerned about Boston than Boston is about Detroit. Boston's not even batting. Boston's not
because they can't. They got Jason Tatum back. The fact that they got Jason Tatum back is another thing. It's like I don't think Detroit could beat them without Jason Tatum. By the way, but the fact that they got Jason Tatum back. Chill, come on, man. Like, come on, chill. You just described a bunch of fluff about Jalen Duren was killing them. Jalen Duren was doing this. Cade was doing this. He can play make.
My fault. Detroit's 3-1 against Boston.
That's what I was saying. Detroit's not bad now when it comes to Boston.
My bad.
But Drench, don't.
I was looking at the Pistons schedule, so I saw W and thought.
Don't stop there, though, Drench. You can't stop there with Jason Tatum because don't forget Jason Tatum and Vooch didn't get together yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Even adding Vooch to that, like, it's just it's no way in a 7-game series, the fact that Detroit can't consistently shoot that long ball, I just can't see it happening. I just can't see it happening.
You don't have to get into the game that we don't have to get into your game. We don't have to do that.
It's not about I'm not asking them to shoot 33s like the Celtics.
Yes,
I'm asking them to chill. Detroit's main problem is once you cut that rim off, they don't have any shooters. Then you're going to see Cade turn the ball over a lot. You're going to see Cade pressing a lot. You got to be able to keep the defense honest, at least with 2 or 3 guys that can shoot that basketball.
Right.
Duncan Robinson ain't that reliable too, by the way. Like, I don't know why we brought up him like he's a reliable guy. He's not that reliable.
Okay, but even with that being said, we still stuck on I'm still stuck on being able to be respectable. So a team like Detroit, who Duncan Robinson, I don't need you to be Luke Kennard, but he can knock down an open shot. This kid, Dennis Jenkins, who is
he can put up stinkers too.
And so can
Dennis is a good shooter.
And so can the Boston Celtics. I've seen Derek White go 3 for 15. I've seen I not just Derek White. I've seen this kid Pritchard go 2 for 10 at the long ball line. We can't get in.
Yeah, still got Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown though.
Who also
Dennis can't guard Peyton's practice kicks. Like, you know what I'm saying? If we doing that, like
Duncan definitely can't guard nobody.
I know you two not serious right now. If y'all think Dennis Jenkins can get with Peyton Pritchard, please let's not.
Let's get with that. Sure.
Well,
let's do that.
I rock with Dennis Jenkins though.
Yeah, let's do that.
Nah, you good. I like Dennis as well.
Respect to Peyton Pritchard. Just because
I take one player over another doesn't mean I don't like the other player.
I'm so completely dismissing it. Like, why are we even having a conversation about Dennis Jenkins?
Let's not turn it into that. Well, I'm saying that Peyton Pritchard is
better.
Peyton Pritchard is better. That's all. Thank you, Penn. That's all. I want to just make sure we're all on the same page.
Ain't chopped liver. Dennis Jenkins.
He don't got to be chopped liver, but he can't get with Peyton Pritchard. That's all I'm saying.
Y'all remember I brought up Dennis Jenkins like a couple months ago? Y'all tried to y'all eyes on me.
Saying K be setting him up, and I was telling Chill that's not the case with Dennis Jenkins. Remember that conversation, Chill, where you was like, K be setting him up? I'm like, no, he don't. But at the end of the day, this is like the talent for talent. Detroit versus Boston talent. Boston clears. Like that's the issue. Like any way that you can take something away, and this is why Boston is so unique.
How about grit for grit?
When you take something away from Boston, it's like they got another piece that you have to take that away too. Like you try to take one shooter away, they got Derek White who can shoot. You try to take one playmaker away, you got Derek White who can play make. You take and I'm just using Derek White as a plug and play, by the way, too. You take one score away. They got Jaylen Brown who can score. You take another score away. You got Jason Tatum who can score. You take him away. You got Derek White who can score. You got Peyton Pritchard who can score. You take away. I mean, they put Kata in the middle. Like it's just too much for the Pistons to me. Like they don't have enough versatility to beat the Celtics in a series. Like they just don't.
And we also got to remember too, like with the Pistons, I like the Pistons. I'm really high on the Pistons. I'm only saying this towards the Celtics. I don't think they could beat the Celtics.
I don't think so either.
I like the Pistons against most teams in the East. But like I said before, I just think they should have got another scoring option at the trade deadline. I think
100%.
I think that shot them in the foot. In chat, even the Detroit fans, y'all know I've been behind y'all all season. But I just felt like y'all should have made a move at the trade deadline to ensure that you guys can make a deep playoff run. I don't think that y'all can do it without that guy. Like I think Kay needs some help scoring the basketball. That's a big thing for me with Detroit. This is the NBA. Chill, you know this. You have to be able to score the basketball, especially if we're talking about making a deep playoff run.
I like that.
Yeah, I mean that's how I feel about Detroit.
But honestly, Ox, I don't even know if it's about scoring for them. I think it's just consistent that when Cade collapsed the defense, you got to have a guy that can consistently catch and shoot that thing. Like the fact that they've been missing that all year and made really no adjustments at the deadline, to me was kind of weird. Like that was kind of weird because when you look at some of the losses that Detroit has, not all their losses, but some of the losses that they have, it just comes down to like, y'all need 2 or 3 more threes to be made. And you don't have it. Like the shooting is just, I think the last time I checked their shooting, they was like bottom 5 for 3-point shooting in the NBA. Like that's kind of ridiculous considering how good they are.
They have a plus 5.9 net rating with Cade off the court. Obviously, they're a much better team with him, but they've been able to hold down defensively without him. And that is largely because they employ at least 2, maybe 3 of the top 10 defenders in the NBA.
Yeah, I don't think that plus 5 gonna matter in the playoffs.
A star like
I don't
that,
think that's gonna matter.
Defense carries through.
Yeah, but I don't think that's gonna matter just because K gonna play majority of the game. So I don't. Yeah, I don't really care too much about that plus 5 without him.
Not only that, Jens, but that 10th man,
something with him. Like that
that 10th man,
exactly.
that 9th, 10th, 11th man, whoever's in the game when Cade's not in the game on the other team isn't going to be playing that many minutes in the playoffs either. So all the rosters are going to get tighter. So when my second unit being better than your second unit ain't going to carry us through because their second unit ain't going to play as many minutes as they were in the regular season. That's why they're this many plus when the players are out. Yeah, that's cool for the regular season. But as y'all been telling me all over the playoffs are so different. This changes, that changes.
It does change.
Okay.
Right? Yes.
Dennis Jenkins.
Ron, you've been on mute for like the last 5 minutes.
Yes.
Okay.
Kept his ass on
Hey,
mute.
Pitt, who are the top 3 defenders though?
Isaiah Stewart, Asar Thompson.
I don't think
that's why I said 2, because I'm like, I don't know how high I am on Ron Holland as a defender. I can't go as high as top 10, but he's good.
On 18, you're a top 3 defender.
I'm not talking about their team. I'm talking about in the NBA because I really respect.
Isaiah Stewart, a top 10 defender in the NBA.
Watch him play. Yeah,
I watch him play. He ain't no top 10 defender in the NBA.
He's definitely top 15. Yes, 10.
I don't think he's better than Ron Holland. So
I think that's a stretch, but definitely
he's not a top 10 defender. Isaiah Stewart not a top 10 defender in the NBA, bro.
I don't say 10. I'll definitely say
one of those.
I don't even think he's top 15, but I mean, I'm willing to give you 15 and up, like 15 and 20. I'm willing to give you that, but like, bro, no, he's not no top.
I see Asar as a top 5 defender. I see Isaiah Stewart probably like top 12, top 13. I see Ron Holland top 20. So maybe Holland is a little bit better than Stewart. I don't know. My point is, those 3 guys are really good defenders. Maybe top 10 getting y'all tripped up. Top 20. Okay, 3 of the top 20 defenders in a 30-team league. I would say that's significant. And there's a lot of guys on that team that are not slouches either. Cade is not a slouch defensively. He's
a solid defender.
60, top 55, top 65, top 80. I don't know, something like that defender. And then you got Jalen Duren, and he ain't chopped liver either. I'm just trying to tell you, Paul Reed been hooping, right? There's a lot of guys on this team who are, let's call them, unseasonably cold from 3. Unseasonably cold. Like,
what does that mean?
Like, just outlier seasons. You know what
I mean?
Ain't
no outlier season. They just can't shoot.
Okay.
I would argue most people are probably shooting what you'd expect.
You think so?
Maybe Karis LeVert's been the one who you'd say you'd expect to shoot better.
Yeah,
Everyone
I would
else is
expect.
like,
So on a regular season, I would expect Kevin Huerter, who is with the Pistons, shooting.
Kevin Huerter hasn't been able to make a 3 in like 3 seasons.
He made one yesterday.
Well, he's shooting 19%,
yes, he knocked one down
Mars.
yesterday. Yes, he did.
He's shooting 19%.
Kevin Huerter. I remember that year in Sacramento where he was in the 3-point contest.
Bro, he shot 37%.
And then they went to the playoffs and he sucked. That's what happened. So
last year with Chicago,
he started sucking before the playoffs, Morris. He started sucking.
I agree. It was like post All-Star, but he went to the 3-point contest, folded, and he hasn't been able to shoot since. Since that season, Kevin Huerter the whole time has been a 33% shooter. Yes, 19% is uncharacteristic, but he's not that great of a shooter anyway. Like even if that brings
or player too. By
if that comes back up to the mean of 33%, it's like.
But teams guard him. Which is important.
He's not going to play that much in the playoffs because of all the.
Okay, cool. So he.
Why do y'all be saying that like teams guard him as if like that matters if he sucks?
It gives space.
It matters.
It gives space. That's what it matters. It just gives space
on the team.
It's why Derek White's better than his percentages because like teams still guard him like he's a 40% shooter, so he provides space for other guys.
Because at any point he can get going.
But
I don't. But
Kevin Huerter is someone who hasn't been
Derek White.
It's not the same. Seasons. Yeah. He hasn't been able to shoot for 3 years. So.
Yeah, it's not the same with Kevin Huerter as Derek White. I understand the Derek White part. Like, that's a real outlier for me. And also, Derek White is so good at other stuff, too. Like, it's not just about him catching and shooting for Derek White. Kevin Huerter just sucks.
Keep going, Dre.
Like, that's just the bottom line. Kevin Huerter just sucks. That's it.
I really don't think he sucks.
I don't think he sucks either.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
He's not Derek White.
What does he do, Chip?
What is he good at?
What has Kevin Huerter done since mid-February, early March of 2023?
So he has not been good at
6 years ago.
So
3 years ago. I'm sorry, 3 years ago.
I was about to say, damn, that was a long time ago. 6 years ago.
3 years. What has he done in the last 3 years?
Well, he was making some shots last year for the Bulls. He did make some shots. He didn't make a bunch, but he did make some shots last year for the Bulls. But he has not been good at what he was good at in the past. I'm not going to sit here.
Hold on, Chill. You can't just pass it up. What he good at?
He was good at shooting the long ball.
No, I'm saying what he good at now.
Okay,
I'm saying what he good at now.
His best skill is probably his passing, to be fair.
He's a reputation shooter. Oh, so we got Kevin
Huerter
out there to be a connective passer?
That's probably his best skill. His best skill is probably his passing it.
I want to get back to the initial point.
We just hold this dude accountable.
No, you're not holding him accountable, Ox, because when he got on your crew, your ass was beaming like you just met a fine ass chick. Only to find out that he wasn't great. He didn't suck when he was with y'all. He just wasn't great. He
was great, and then he sucked. Right,
but now it's like, yo,
Chill has yet to answer what he's good at now, though.
Yes, Chill. Why you bringing up old shit? I'm talking about what's going on now.
He don't know. He don't know.
No. This nigga not doing nothing, Chill.
Drench, to answer your question, what he was good at, he's not good at it anymore. He has not been good at it.
So
I heard that.
So with that one, what is he good at? I mean, again, he's good at keeping defenses honest. That's it.
Oh man.
Fellas, I want to get back to the initial point. Pin. We are not about to have
Pin,
a Kevin
Huerter
Huerter
answer the question, Pin.
I'm trying to get back to the initial point that Pin made. So we were talking about the Detroit Pistons. We're talking about the Eastern Conference. Pin said that Detroit is in a tier of their own at the top. They are the lone team that's in tier 1.
Yeah. Boston
and
New York are tier 2. I could throw Cleveland in there, but I really don't like Cleveland like that. But sure, we can put Cleveland in there.
So I want to hear. So Pin, we got your tiers, fellas. Who would you guys say are tier 1 teams in the East?
Boston.
And do you?
Boston, New York, Cleveland.
What the hell?
I would just say the top 4.
You just leaving Detroit out of your top tier, and they
Detroit, yeah.
I need to know what's going on. I need to know what's going on.
I wasn't having the order. I was just picking 4. I just picked 4 teams.
The top 4. He just said the top 4. That's the same thing.
Yeah.
But we got to be real about this too, though, y'all. And once again, I hate to be the one to do this, especially to my Detroit fans in there. You know, I love y'all, but until I know what's going on with Cade Cunningham, I'm not sure.
I mean,
I don't know.
Look, Pin, you can wipe the eye boogies out your eye all you want. I'm just saying,
Boston get a Jason Tatum that can make a jump shot. Like we're also assuming that.
Well, I
think Boston
still.
That's a healthy assumption, Mars.
It's a healthy assumption.
Boston's still better than
back
Detroit
in the playoffs.
I agree with that too. Yeah, I agree with that.
But are they gonna beat Miami in the first round without Cade?
You believe in Miami a lot more than I do.
Fine, but I'm just asking you a question.
There's
Morris.
no way.
I'm asking you a question,
taking
Morris.
The Pistons to beat anybody without Cade. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
That was
Mars, would they beat Charlotte without Cade,
I
Mars?
agree with that.
I'm not doing it.
They won't
I don't
beat
even know if they'll beat
but
Charlotte with Cade. Yeah, I don't even know if they'll beat Charlotte with Cade.
So how can you put them in a one tier, or you got Charlotte as a 1 or 2 tier too?
Well, I'm assuming because when I do tiers of teams, I'm assuming health. When we talk about the West, I'm going to assume Denver's health. I'm not just going to assume, oh, what if they're hurt?
I see we got to bring out the tier list today. It's time to get down to the bottom.
I always
we are clear.
Unless it's a player who's like actually ruled out for the season, like Houston,
like Freddie.
Obviously that doesn't count. But like if we have reason to believe you're going to be healthy in the playoffs, I'm going to assume with health.
We talking about this kid's lungs. Like,
I think Toronto.
I don't know. I'm just not a doctor, so I don't know. I'm nervous about it. That's all.
Give him
y'all know. And obviously, oh shit, and y'all know I'm clearly not wishing anything bad on Cade or Detroit. Like I'm happy for Detroit. I want Detroit to do good. And when things like this happen at the end of a season, it's cause for pause. Like we got to talk about it. Like without if Cade Cunningham can't come back in the first round, if they play Miami, if they play Charlotte, do we believe that they'll beat that team?
I'll tell you, Bam Adebayo averaging like 9 points a game in that series.
Yeah, well, he scored.
He might not score 83 points the whole series.
Come on, Pen. Pen, you be going overboard sometimes, Pen. Like that's crazy.
Okay, but Drench, that doesn't even matter. Who gives a shit how many points Bam Adebayo scores? Who's gonna win the game?
It don't matter because he ain't scoring 9. Ox. Like, come on.
Well, he might.
Bam scoring 9 wouldn't surprise me a whole lot, but they can still
averaging 9 gonna surprise me.
I didn't say
averaging 9 kind of crazy.
Well, he might average 7, but who's gonna win the series?
Detroit.
Okay, so
not without Cade. No, they're not.
With Cade, without Cade,
without Cade, Detroit's probably gonna be one of the worst teams in the playoffs. By the way,
well, you gotta remember, Penn thinks they're better without Cade.
Without Cade,
I do not think they're better without Cade. No, I do not think they're better without Cade. I think they're way better with Cade. I'm just saying,
way worse without him though.
Because Dennis Jenkins,
the Toronto Raptors are a pretty decent team. I have them at the top of, they and the Hawks and the Hornets at the top of the next tier. The Raptors have a game against the Pistons in like 3 games, I think. I'm picking the Pistons to win that game. I don't think y'all actually properly respect the rest of the Pistons. Like y'all think it's just Cade and friends. And you're missing like big swaths of like what people could do with more opportunity. Guys like Darius Jenkins, Caris LeVert, like it's not really about stars and superstars here. It's just about skill sets. It's about guys who can dribble, pass, shoot. It's about guys who can make catch and shoot.
Why they don't do it with Cade though?
They do it with Cade. It's just the toll that this team takes defensively puts a lot of strain on their ability to make jumpers. Like any team that's going to be
losing they're losing another good defender though with Cade.
Time, get him up out of here. Time, get the fuck out of here. Whatever, time 80, time 98, get the fuck out of here. Go talk to your homeboys like that. Get the fuck out of here. Beat it. Ain't no kids in here.
Yeah, get out here, man.
Get the fuck out of here. Beat it.
IRL time, you go bounce on it. Hater.
Yeah. Get the fuck out of here.
Right,
don't get that around.
Yeah.
As you were saying, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I just think like you need to understand like there are players on this team who can play make apart from Cade. The fact that Cade is better at it than them means that's his role. But that doesn't mean Marcus Sasser and Caris LeVert and Dennis Jenkins can't step in a pinch and do some of that stuff. They got solid screeners. They got bruisers inside. They got great wing defenders. They're good transition athletes. They're bigger than most teams on most nights. They're longer than most teams on most nights. They're better coached than most teams on most nights.
They're gonna play against the starters of another team though. That's gonna be a problem when they play against the starters of another team.
That's what they've been doing when Cade doesn't play. They're 8-2 when Cade doesn't play. It's technically 7-2, but he went out in the first 5 minutes of a game. So forgive me for saying 8-2. They're 8-2 when Cade doesn't play.
They beat some good teams.
Once again, regular season games. We understand. I'm not saying it is the playoffs, but I'm also saying that we probably have to start moving past the idea that teams can't win games without their best player. I think.
In the regular season we can, but in the playoffs,
I agree. Playoffs, I'm.
It's totally different in the playoffs.
It's different.
Mars, I gotta ask you though. Like, how do you feel about the Pistons without Cade?
In terms of winning,
he just told you he thinks that healthy Pistons
I think they're a good team. I think they're a good team. Yeah, I think they're a good regular season team without Cade. By that I mean like I think they'd be in like that playing group. That's where I think they'd be, that playing group. But maybe not playing group like Toronto down. That's where I think they'd be. without Cade.
Okay.
Bottom of the playoff.
Because
sure.
Yeah, because that defense does travel. They do have an elite defense with or without Cade. And at the end, and then with that, you just kind of got to like get offense by committee, and that's kind of what they do. Like if you're holding teams to 102, you only need to score 103 to win. So yeah, their offense does crater. I'm assuming it craters without Cade in terms of like offensive efficiency, but they're still able to just lock in so much on defense. Their offensive ceiling doesn't need to be as high. They just need to tread water on that side of the ball, win games on defense, win games rebounding, and they're able to do that. In the playoffs, I think when you need half-court advantage creation, I think that's where guys like Cade's value is really going to shine. But in the regular season, I think this team can win games with or without Cade. That's why I think like a lot of like the MVP stuff about this team doesn't have this all-star, blah blah blah. It's like, well, yeah, they're still really good without them. Like it doesn't necessarily mean this is the way that they're winning games. It's all because of this person. I don't necessarily agree with that for most people. And Cade's another one I don't think that's applicable for.
Yeah, like to Mars's point, if you hold the team to 99, 100 points will get the job done, right? And it's not like their offense is completely
not how basketball work though, but I feel you.
It is absolutely how.
I mean, it is factually how the game works. You just go score more than the other team.
Yeah, I'm just saying though, but like I'm saying it's not how it works. Like as in, we holding teams to 102. So in the playoffs, we can hold. We don't have to score.
That's why I didn't speak on the playoffs. It's different.
Yeah, but that's what this whole like we understand the regular season concept. I totally get.
I don't think they can beat a.
But in the playoff, y'all like really overblowing that. Like y'all are.
I don't
really
think they can beat a great team without Cade. But let's not pretend that Miami and Orlando are great teams. Right, like I'll tell you right now.
Just why your Pistons without Cade?
Bro, why is your face like that?
I chill. I find it hard for me to put any stock behind the Pistons without what Cade Cunningham brings to them. Dennis Jenkins, that was amazing last night.
Well, none of us are picking him to do anything without Cade.
Okay, Penn just said
none
that.
Of us
Penn just said that.
Penn does one of Detroit tier one without Cade.
I'm saying why I just said that though. Penn said that they can't beat a great team, but I don't understand why you guys are saying that about the Heat or the Magic. I made the face I made, and Chill said, "Ron, why are you making that face?" Because I don't think that the Pistons would beat the Heat in 7 games without Cade Cunningham.
I think they.
I don't think so.
The Heat employ a pretty solid defense as well.
I think they would beat the Hawks.
Who's the best player in that series? Everyone's playing no Cade. Who's the best player?
Bam.
Jalen Duren.
Bam's better than Jalen Duren. Bam's better than Jalen Duren.
It should be
Bam is better than Jalen Duren.
Yes, it should be Bam.
You said why?
Better
on the offensive end, on the offensive end, and on the defensive end, it could be close too.
You guys think Bam's better? You guys think Bam's better offensively than Jalen Duren?
Yes. He could score better. He could score better. He could shoot it better. He could pass it better.
Theoretically,
this isn't in theory. Let's talk. Okay, Mars.
Then how do you come to a conclusion that Bam's a better scorer? I'm genuinely curious.
Yeah. So
I'm talking about based on skill set.
I'll give you 83.
Bam is better.
That skill set is not translating to actually putting the ball in the basket better.
Okay.
What's that mean to me?
Okay.
What do you? Hold on. Okay. My answer to your question is Bam can do everything on offense better than Jalen Duren.
No, he
literally everything.
I don't agree with that.
Literally
okay,
not.
What part about it you don't agree?
Because if I say offensive rebounds, then you're going to say apart from offensive rebounding. If I say screen setting,
I would say you got that one. You got offensive
rebounding. Clearly, if I say finishing at the rim, I'm going to be lying again. Apparently. So like, at what point do we just start getting down category? It's like, oh yeah, Jalen Duren does this better, he does that better, he does that better, and it's actually leading to better offensive production.
Sure.
What do we do with this?
So, okay, let's do that, Mars. So you're a better offensive.
Let's do that because I don't agree with that. Okay, it leads to better offensive production.
You're a better offensive rebounder than I am. You're a better offensive rebounder than I am. Okay, so I got both Khalil Ware and Bam on the glass. So those second chance opportunities, we're going to limit that. So you're not going to be the offensive rebounder in this series that you were against, I don't know, the Lakers, who are soft. So we're going to limit that. That's number one. So the finishing around the rim, I did bring the Lakers up because I thought that they were a little soft in the middle. Now, Mars, let's discuss the finishing around the rim. You got the playmaker to finish. You got the playmaker to set you up to finish around the rim. I, on the other hand, am a better one-on-one player than you and can get to the rim and finish better
and pass it.
I can do that.
He's a better one-on-one player. It's just ultimately it doesn't actually lead to the most effective results when he does it. But he can do it better than Jalen Duren can. Right. But this is the issue. Being able to do something and actually being good for you to do are two different things. Sure. Bam can do it. Jalen Duren probably can't. Bam probably shouldn't be doing it. It just ultimately.
I kind of disagree with that. I also think Bam being Jalen Duren being not only but also being a beneficiary of Cade playmaking helps him out a lot too. By the way, but
is Bam? I in your opinion, is Bam the best offensive player on the Heat?
Hold on, I'm sorry.
It's what?
According to you, is Bam the best offensive player on the Heat?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
You think he's a better?
He is not even. He's not top.
I think so, but
am I crazy to say he's not top?
Okay, yeah,
Norman Powell and Tyler Hero are better offensive players than that dude.
No, Norman Powell's not a better offensive player.
Yes, he definitely is.
I got Norman and Tyler.
I definitely got
Norman and Tyler.
So are you?
No, I got Bam, but
Jordan's just higher on Bam than I am. Jalen Duren without Cade averages 27 points per 75 and 16 rebounds.
You said per 75?
So he's basically
I don't want to hit no per 75.
How many games
points per game is I could do the same thing if you wanted me to do the games without Cade.
Wait, Jalen Duren played all of those games that?
No, he didn't. He didn't. I'll find the games they didn't play together.
Yeah, but I don't want to hit no per 75. When somebody
played last night had 20 and
per 75 is a rate stat. It's pretty much the same thing. The games will tell you the same thing. Because I looked at them not too long ago. The last time I checked was about 26 points per game in the games that Cade didn't play. And his efficiency also doesn't change. In one of those games, he ended up going 10 for 12. So I want to make it abundantly clear.
How many games though?
It's not a big sample this year. It's about maybe 5.
All right, so it's irrelevant.
I don't agree with it being irrelevant. When you say something's
I think it is irrelevant if you don't.
I'm going to explain why I disagree.
Players are good enough to have good games.
I'm going to explain why I disagree.
One playoff series could be 6 games.
Yeah, I'm going to explain why I disagree.
Yeah, I agree, but I'm just saying.
As you were saying, Mark,
talking about who's better.
I think Jalen Duren does benefit from Cade. I think it's obvious that any big player with Cade is going to benefit.
Sure.
I think the degree in which it is drastically overstated. The evidence for that being apparently not enough sample size of games without Cade. Then the possessions with Cade also don't mean nothing because per 75 isn't real. It's hypothetical. But what I'm saying is when you look at Jalen Duren without Cade, the things he does as a screen setter for his guards still frees himself up regardless of who's around him. The offensive rebounding still frees himself up regardless of who's around him. The fact that he's that dominant inside the paint still frees himself up regardless of who's around him. And it's shown in the production with and without Cade. His production goes up. There's a reason for that. And it's not like he's 68% true shooting with Cade and it's 58 without him. He just takes a larger burden. It's like, no, the efficiency stays the same. His free throw rate goes through the roof without Cade. You know why? Because he's more aggressive as a scorer and he's so physical down there, you can't stop him without fouling. So when he's able to up the aggressiveness and draw fouls and he's like a 75% free throw shooter, yes, he is just as effective. It comes in a different way. It's not going to be as much play finishing. It's going to be more self-creation, more get it for yourself off the glass. But he's still a dominant force with or without Cade. I think Jalen Duren's production being so heavily tied to Cade does a disservice to how good he's actually been this year.
No, but also nothing that you're saying I disagree with. I even said, because I think we get caught up on trying to get in a gotcha moment. I say it all the time. I even said not all of Jalen Duren is about Cade, but I said he is a beneficiary of having Cade. Just because when Cade is on the court, and I'm not saying you did, but when Cade is on the court, obviously he gets the dump offs, he gets to be the beneficiary of Cade's playmaking. Even setting screens, just having Cade coming off the screen is a lot different than Dennis Jenkins coming off the screen. Now, when you go into a series where once again a team is game planning, there's no Cade. The next person on that team we have to take out, Jalen Duren. A little bit different. That's a little bit different. But I'm also not knocking Jalen Duren. He still can do all of those things. I'm not saying he's going to fall off a cliff and go to 7 points a game. Like, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying with Bam Adebayo is extremely versatile, bro. Like, he's extremely versatile.
Okay, so you rejected a small sample size of Jalen Duren. So I just want to play a little bit of is this guy better than this guy at shooting twos? Because historically, Chill, I think you can agree. Bigs typically.
But I would ask why though. Why do you want to play that game? Why?
Wait a minute.
Because we know that Bam Adebayo is not a great 3-point shooter, and you're trying to sell me that he's the best offensive player. So I just want to say
Jalen Duren's not either, and Bam shooted better than Jalen Duren.
Jalen Duren is way more efficient from 2 than Bam Adebayo. But
all right, but you just tried to gloss over my point about because you tried to make a null and void point, which is why I asked the question.
It's a great point.
Why I asked the question, why do you want to go with shooting twos? Because it fits your narrative. That's why you wanted to go with that.
You want to talk about shooting threes? You want to talk shooting period?
I just want to talk about overall game. I just want to talk about overall game.
So how he dribbles, how he walks. What do you want to talk about? That's what I'm trying to ask you. If you're trying to sell me on the idea that Bam Adebayo is better than Jalen Duren, and Mars is telling you Jalen Duren averaging 20,
you're going to concise it to shooting twos.
I'm telling you,
I don't think Bam's 3-point shooting actually drives that much value.
It drives almost no value. So my question is really isolating it to twos. I just want to ask you, is Bam Adebayo shooting more efficiently from two than the following players? And you can choose to answer it or not, or maybe I can play this with chill. Let's do it. Russell Westbrook, is Bam shooting better from two than
Oh my God, bro. See, look, this is what I'm talking about.
Russ isn't involved in this series, bro. Can we just keep it?
Quiet, Ox. Hell no.
To answer your question, Penn, I'm going to say no.
You are correct. He is not shooting better than Bam. Shout outs to Bam. Is Bam Adebayo more efficient from two than Devin Booker?
I'm going to say no.
He's not?
He is not. Is he more efficient than Brandon Ingram?
Yes.
He is not. Is he more efficient than Jalen Brunson?
This argument is based on efficiency, and it's just like is he more efficient? Like we're so obsessed with
when someone's trying to make a point, let them
make the game and see what Bam does.
Is he more efficient from two than Keontae George? Keontae freaking George, a guard who is notorious for being inefficient.
So Penn, your overall point is Bam suck at shooting twos. That's what you're trying to get at.
If 90% of your game is shooting twos and you suck at shooting twos, then you're not
okay. So Bam sucks. So if 90% of his game shooting twos, then he
relative,
sucks.
Relative,
so Bam sucks.
Because Mars, I want to get back to you.
Hold on, chill. Because
I think Bam's efficiency is a valid nit to pick.
Okay, cool, but that's fine to pick. I'm just going to Penn since he wants to concise these points.
Good.
Basically, with his undertone, he's trying to say Bam.
There's no undertone. It's an overtone. It is an overt.
Okay, your overtone is saying Bam.
Bam Adebayo is not what you think he is offensively, and because we're not going to let this.
Okay, so Bam sucks,
and you obviously not going to let me ask all these questions. I'm just going to give you a list of players who shoot better from two than Bam Adebayo, and you can say what you want after. Okay, let me just give you this list real quick.
Does Bam suck? You said 90% of his game is shooting twos, and he's not good at it. Does he suck?
Emmanuel Quickly. Okay.
All right.
Miles Turner.
I rest my case. I rest my case. Because we'll get into a bad argument and it's just pointless.
Alex Starr. Jaren Jackson. Joel
Embiid. All right. You got it, brother.
Jalen Johnson.
No need to go on longer. No need to go on longer. You got it, Penn. Penn, you got it. Penn, you got it. No need to go on longer. You got it, Penn. Penn, you got it.
There's 100 players.
You got it, Penn. You got it. You got it. No need to go on. I'm giving it to you.
He should have never kept shooting them free throws, huh, Penn? But look,
you got it, brother. Like, it's no need to go along with that type of logic. Like, it's no need to go along with it. That's your logic about basketball. I disagree with it.
That's not the end all be all. But we have to remember
game is predicated on twos. If I told you that an all-time great big like Shaquille O'Neal shot 50% from two, you'd be like, "What the hell?" But no. Bigs
he's not
typically shoot closer to the basket. Being closer to the basket typically makes you more efficient. Jump shots are less efficient. It is a very logical point to say that a player who gets the bulk of his offense inside 15 feet and is 6'9" and very athletic should be really efficient. He should be shooting at least 57, 58% from two, dude. The fact that he's shooting 50% from two with the game that he had, you take that 83%, you take that 83-point game out, he might be shooting 49% from two. I don't know.
That's what this is about.
All right, Penn, you got it.
But this whole thing, like, regardless, the whole thing we got to remember about this whole series, if it were to come to that, Detroit versus Miami, y'all have to remember that Eric Spoelstra is not only going to take JB Bickerstaff to school, that during lunchtime, he's going to have him in detention. He has no off time. Like Eric Spoelstra is going to coach circles, triangles, squares, and octagons around JB Bickerstaff. Just want to remind you all that too.
So Mars,
all right, fellas. Right quick, fellas. I I got to step in because it's time for us to coach some circles around you guys and let you know what you need to be doing in your off time, with your spare change, and with your basketball knowledge. You see, right here on the screen is Splash Sports. And you see when you use code CHOICE, you will get $50 instantly when you play just $5. That's point number one. Point number two is Splash Sports has the highest multipliers in DFS. You can win up to 50 times what you put in. So it really doesn't make no sense to play anywhere else because you're essentially leaving money on the table. Why would you go to another destination and only make 20 times when you could go to Splash Sports and make 50 times with better opportunities to win? That's the second point. And the third point is, well, it's about that time of the year. We got the NCAA tournament. We have the NBA playoffs. We got the WNBA that's heating up right now. Hell, even the MLB about to tip off in a second. Where's my Mariners hat? And it is about to get real fun, y'all. Right now is your opportunity to take your basketball knowledge, your baseball knowledge, your football knowledge, or whatever your sport may be, and put it to the test. Remember, Quick Picks on Splash Sports is the only DFS game where you're not playing against the house. You're not playing against an algorithm or a sports book. You are playing against other players, which means you're playing against real competition, which means you can outsmart any other person that you may be playing against. We're about to get into it right now, and we're going to show you guys exactly what we got up our sleeves on Splash Sports. Yo, Ox, can you oh, hold on. I got you. All right, yeah, let's do it. Let's have a little fun today, fellas. Pin, we were talking about all these players that shoot better from two than Bam. Let's cue them up. Who are some of these guys?
Well, LaMelo shoots worse from two. So does Brandon Miller.
Damn,
there you go. You got two. But Maxime Reno shoots better than most.
Okay, let's take the more Maxime. Mm-hmm. Who else shoots better than him, Pin?
Con.
Oh, he's a game time decision. We will go with Con, but we can't. He might not play tonight.
How about
Miles Bridges? Miles Bridges shoots better than him too.
Let's take the more Miles.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, you were saying you want to go less on somebody?
How
wait. Hold on right quick, Chill. You said Jalen Brunson too, right?
I did say Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson shoots better than him too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all right.
Musa Diabate
Jalen Brunson as well.
Too. Keep going. Let me check if Precious Achiuwa shoots better than him. Probably does.
All right, so can we get the more on Jalen Brunson too? And Chill, you wanted to go less on who, when, and where?
I know that we would. Was it a specific game that we were dealing with, or
Anthony Black shoots better than him? Oh my God.
We're not going to do a specific game today, Chill.
Okay,
we're just going to take the players that shoot better than Bam.
I'm glad you brought that up, Ron. Because how about Leicester? Because Leicester's playing tonight, so I would like to see what Leicester's line is.
Which Leicester? There currently are 3 Leicesters in the NBA right now.
The one specific one. You know the one I'm talking about. Yes.
Okay. That Leicester, the original Leicester.
Yes, sir.
You want to go less on them?
I don't know. I'm going to take the more on Leicester. Yes. Mm-hmm. I'm going to take the more.
Am I crazy to say I want to take the less on Joker?
Yes, you are nuts.
I remember the last time I said that he, that whole no shooting gimmick that he does. Go. Who do they play though?
They play Phoenix. They play Phoenix tonight. Mm-hmm.
All right.
I can confirm Precious Achiuwa does shoot better. He's shooting 57% from two. Shout outs to Precious Achiuwa.
All right. Well, it looks like we got enough to bring us home, fellas. Mm-hmm. So this is what we're gonna go ahead and rock with. Throw a light 5 on there. We don't gotta do too much. Just a light 5. Mm-hmm. Once again, on Splash Sports, you can redeem $50 instantly when you play just $5, but you must use code CHOICE. It's really simple. It's really easy. Use code CHOICE. Get your $50. Join Quick Picks. Put that $50 to the test and win up to 50 times that $50. It's really as simple as that. Today, these are the picks that we decided to rock with. We are going with. We left one off. Either way it goes, we got 3 picks. Maxime Reno, point 16.5. We going more. Miles Bridges, we're going 14.5 more on his points. And then we got Jamal Murray, 23.5 points. $5 turns into 30. This is just a light Tuesday pick. But you guys can make something heavy if that's what you want to do. However, download the app, join the winner's circle. Get your $50. Win up to 50 times what you put in. Splash Sports.
50 times. Yikes. You better get involved in that.
Chill.
Yes,
if you
sir.
had to guess, how many players do you think have played in the NBA this year?
This season of the 435,
We haven't
guys
moved on from this.
on a roster.
I just have one final point.
Of the 400. I want to
Bro, Penn, let the point go, bro. Like
There are
you are too
We're gonna be on this
invested
for
in
2
that.
years.
There's no reason to be invested. Nobody's going to be
Penn,
able
you were
to
talking to
argue
me.
that point like you, Penn. Nobody's going to be able to do it. Just let it go, bro. Like
Penn,
you're
People
too
might learn
invested in these
something
points.
new. I didn't
Penn.
know how many players have played this year. We might learn
Penn.
something new, Jordan. Can we
Just-
learn something new? 569 players have played in the NBA this year.
I thought it was like 435, but
569. That's
Okay, make your
two
point
ways.
now.
That includes
Make your point now.
Bam is 361st.
Okay, exactly. Let the point go. You are too invested in these points, and it honestly it hurts your credibility because it's going to come up and bite you later on, and then you're going to deny it. That's why I'm telling you, just let it go.
Oh,
Like
I will
let it
actually-
go.
I will actually tell
You
his-
argue these points when people. I
Jordan-
conceded the point to you. I said you got it. I don't want to talk about the efficiency. You got
Jordan,
it. Leave it alone.
This is like some next
Leave it
level,
alone,
like,
because you
like
gonna go on a
self-conscious
rabbit hole.
shit.
You start talking about Anthony Black.
I just want to get. I just want to get
Like,
back to
just
Mars.
leave it
I'm not
Mars, you were
Jordan,
making-
I'm not
Mars,
a
you were-
Like, it's
character.
silly.
I'm
Like,
not
it's silly.
I'm not like an NPC in your little world here. Like I'm trying to make my own point. You don't know what point I'm about to make, so just try to ease off of it.
You just made it. You said Bam shoot 365.
Mars.
All right, penetrance.
Mars,
Go ahead,
Mars,
chill.
Mars was making a point when Mars, your argument about Jalen Duren, which I think is very compelling. But it sounds to me, with your argument, it sounds that it's predicated a lot on physicality. Now, I think that the physicality can be neutralized when it comes to Jalen Duren, and the reason why I feel like the physicality can be neutralized because when you got two bigs like I said before with Khalil Ware and Bam Adebayo, when you got two bigs like that can slow down that physicality. You can slow down that production. Now, when you're talking about just being being an offensive player, I've seen Bam in the hub, and as you know, I would like Bam to be more aggressive as an offensive player. I'd like him to be more aggressive as a bucket getter. But I do see him doing that from time to time when he gets the ball off the glass. I think he's a better transition player. I think he's a better transition player than Jalen Duren is. I think he's better on the box as a one-on-one player than Jalen Duren is. I think he's a better face-up big. I think he's a better decision maker when he's one-on-one opening up and we're talking strictly on offense.
Yeah, but chill. Whatever you think is not gonna matter when they bring up efficiency.
No, my whole point was I think Bam is more versatile.
But it don't matter when you bring up efficiency.
He's more skilled.
Yeah, well, I'm on the side of being able to do a lot of things mediocre doesn't move me that much. And at the end of the day, Bam does a lot of things mediocre, and he probably does them too much for the level of player he actually is at them. He takes too many mid-range jumpers for the level of mid-range shooter he is. He takes too many floaters for the level of intermediate scorer he is. He doesn't take enough lobs and dunks for the level of player he is, and I think that's due to a lack of a point guard. I don't even blame Bam for that. The fact that they've removed all pick and rolls from the offense, and I think Bam would be a great pick and roll big, I think hinders Bam. So I do think he's in a situation that doesn't optimize him offensively. I also think his shot diet has been a problem for years. His efficiency has been a problem for years. And although he is extremely versatile, I agree. I don't think versatility for versatility's sake necessarily means you are more impactful offensively than someone who's more limited, but at the things they do, they excel at them, and it drives impact more than someone who can take tween dribble, two dribble pull up mid ranges at 41%. Like, yeah, I don't trust Jalen Duren to do that ever. Bam can make a pull up three. I don't trust Jalen Duren to shoot a three. I agree. I also don't really want Bam shooting threes, but he shoots them. So yeah, I trust him to do it more than Jalen Duren, but I also don't care that Bam can shoot threes because I don't think teams don't really respect him out there. B, most of his threes are off the catch wide open, so he's not driving a bunch of impact, and he's shooting like 32% from three. So it's like, cool, you can shoot threes, but you're not actually driving meaningful impact doing that. And then all the mid-range scoring, it's like, yeah, you can do it, but at the end of the day, 41% from mid-range is bad offense, no matter how you slice it. So and you take a lot of mid-range jumpers, so it's like, you're more versatile.
Cam Thomas argument,
right?
You're more versatile, but I don't actually think it drives meaningful impact to the level of Jalen Duren. I think efficiency probably underrates him, but I do think he's not as good as Jalen Duren for all the reasons that I laid out. It's just
he's been going downhill.
I totally get that point. As far as with Jalen Duren, like, yeah, Jalen Duren is like I won't say Jalen Duren's most systematical, but like he's like Jalen Duren's the guy that do his job. Like he maximizes his job to his best ability. Bam having the versatility to do all of that stuff. To Mars' point, it does make sense. Like so one person could say he probably shouldn't do all of those things. And maybe if he just focused on 2 or 3 things like Jalen Duren, maybe he'd be good at it. I think the overall conversation of what we like had was who's the better player. I think Bam is the better player based on the idea of the skill set that he has. Now, when it comes down to who's more impactful to their team at the moment, then you could have an argument. But as far as the better basketball player, that's a total different discussion than who's doing what for what team right now. Like that's 2 different things. And it is a different discussion. And that's why I said when we got into the whole efficiency conversations, you got it, because it's what we talk about is skill. When you bring up efficiency, that doesn't matter.
More skilled. Bam's more. I agree. That's
why I said it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I conceded that instantly. I just don't think more skilled means better. And I don't think that's
hold on. As far as a basketball player, I think Bam Adebayo is a better basketball player than Jalen Duren.
As far as what he is, I'm not saying he's not. I think he might be, and I think the reason why is because I think he's a top 10 defender on the planet. I think that would be the reason. Sure. Offensively, I think Jalen Duren is just better. I think he's more impactful on that side of the ball. I think what he provides helps an offense more than what Bam provides. But if you're going to say Bam's better, which is not something I hate, it would be because of the defense, in my opinion, not because of the offense. The offense,
however you want to see it is fine. I just think Bam in a different situation could be a lot better too. By the way, I think Miami definitely has some things that they got to figure out. Also, but Detroit fits what Jalen Duren is good at. It fits him perfectly, and I don't know if I want to see him in another situation to where he has the freedom to do all this other shit.
Oh, we're not doing player bullshit with Jalen Duren. Stop doing that shit. We've been seeing the people doing this since Kawhi. I'm sick and tired of people talking about players being system players. Jalen Duren is not in an optimal situation for him. In my opinion, he would be much better in Charlotte. He'd be much better in Denver. He'd be better in any situation where
he would be much worse in Denver, I think, but sure.
Why would a player who is so hard to stop one-on-one in the paint, in my opinion, and is so good at rolling,
because he wouldn't get all those attempts with Denver?
Oh no, that's not the point. I'm talking to
that's not the point.
This just sounds to me. This sounds
if I replaced Joker with him, is my point. If he had Cam Thomas,
he would be much worse.
Oh my God.
This just sounds to me like
Jalen Duren needs space. Jalen Duren needs a lot of space. If Jalen Duren has better shooters around him, why would he be worse? You're acting like Detroit is somehow some system that is optimizing Jalen Duren, but you don't want to see him in some other system. I'm trying to tell you, a lot of players who play on Detroit would be better on other teams. The fact that they all play in Detroit together is actually compounding a problem of spacing. When you play,
but go back to the point where you just said take Jokic off the Nuggets and put Bam there. Not Bam, Duren there. Just go back to that point where you try to skip over that. You take Jokic off the Nuggets and put Jalen Duren there. You think Jalen Duren's going to be better?
Yes, I think Jalen Duren is better replacing Jokic in Denver than he is playing in Detroit. Of course, he's playing off of Aaron Gordon. He's playing off of Christian Brown. He's playing off of Jamal Murray. He got more space. He got a lot more space, and he doesn't have like a whole bunch of non-shooters playing around him. Why wouldn't he be better? He'd be awesome in Denver. He'd be awesome in a lot of places. But I don't like this idea of you trying to tell me that you trying to tell everybody that he's not going to be good if he leaves Detroit because he's in a perfect system. He's not in a perfect system.
When did I say that?
You just said that. You just said
I don't want to see him in a system when he has to do more.
What
Mars told you when Kane doesn't play, he averaged 27.
I'm been trying to get his shit off for 20 minutes. We don't got
you arguing something that's not even that's pointless. Like, go ahead.
So I wanted to hear what you had to say.
We about to move off of Caden or off of Bam and Jalen Duren. I do want to say this though, because Jalen Duren, before we move off of him completely, this was going to be a topic that we were going to discuss today. But just in passing, Draymond Green had this to say about Jalen Duren, which is kind of surprising. Draymond Green said Jalen Duren is by far the strongest player in the NBA. And he said on his podcast, quote, and I quote, "I tell y'all what, man, Jalen Duren got to be one of the strongest guys I've ever played in my career. I spoke a while back about Jalen Duren being strong coming into the league, but not really knowing how to use his strength. But he wasn't soft, though. He just didn't really know how to apply his strength. Well, I'm here to tell y'all something. 3 or 4 years later, he's by far the strongest player in the NBA. So when we do talk about being physically imposing and being dominant, one of the strongest players, one of the biggest bullies in the NBA is telling us that Jalen Duren.
That nigga got to lift them barbecue pits over his head every damn weekend. That nigga got to be strong. You see that boy with that haircut? That boy serious. Boy Jalen Duren fresh out the military.
But all right, fellas, we go circle back around to the Eastern Conference because once again, we got to talk about those bottom 6 teams. But we spoke briefly on, we spoke a lot on the Pistons. We spoke briefly on the Celtics, but we got to get back to that. However, it is the crunch time chats. And so we're going to go ahead and read some super chats from what people had to say. First off, we have a $50 super chat from Can We Change Subject? Can we change subject, fellas? Said, okay, Penn, if you want to learn something new, fun fact, 16 out of 30 teams in the NBA have a Jalen on their roster.
Interesting.
It's funny that you mentioned Jalen because there's this awesome player in Detroit named Jalen Duren. Just to circle back on that, he's shooting 60. Since we're on that subject, he's shooting 65% on his career. Chill from 2
on that subject.
Bro has never shot below 60% from 2.
Yeah, you got it.
You know he's never shot above 60%.
Yeah, that's awesome, Penn. Penn, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Ain't that crazy?
What does Rudy Gobert shoot from 2?
That's irrelevant because that is
like that's
irrelevant.
My point right there. That is exactly my point right there.
Rudy,
these dumbass arguments.
Y'all are some assholes. All of y'all are some assholes.
I'm saying
each and every one. I'll keep you out of this shit.
How was that irrelevant? Hey, no, Ron, did you hear that? I said, what does Rudy Gobert? And he said, oh, that's irrelevant. Well, why is that irrelevant?
That is exactly my point I made.
Rudy this year
why is that irrelevant?
Asshole.
Actually leads
volume. This is like dumber up here.
Wait, he's leading the league? He's leading the league?
Rudy leads the league in 2.
Rudy averages 7.1.
Any nigga man talking about y'all acting like dumb and dumber up here.
I gave him the olive branch earlier. I said, P, you're gonna lose all credibility when somebody bring the same argument up to you.
Hey, you did for sure walk your ass right into the trap he was talking about.
That's not a trap.
No,
it wasn't a trap. It's just simple basketball. That's what it wasn't a trap. Nobody trapped him.
He kept going. That's just what it is. He just
Their
kept
game
going.
is completely different. They have their
now he got to argue it from a different point now. And
Bam
is different. Bam and Jalen Duren's game is the same. They play the same.
Jalen Duren averages 19.
Do they play the same, Penn?
No, they don't play the same. But they average.
So how was Rudy irrelevant then? Because they don't play the same.
When did Rudy average 19?
I knew this was gonna happen.
I knew too. That's why I said, Penn, you got it because it hurts the credibility of your argument when you were absolute on what you were talking about.
What? How
that's
about
why
this? If Rudy Gobert,
hey Ron, Mars, what's your man used to say? Head on a spike.
It's like y'all don't
head
even
on a
want
spike
with a conversation.
Hey, shout out Dub, man.
And I'm listening to you, Ben.
You want to compare Rudy Gobert, Mr. Dunks and layups,
twos,
smoking every freaking anytime he needs to put the ball in the basket.
Now he got a bad Rudy Gobert. He got a bad Rudy Gobert.
I've been bashing Rudy Gobert for 10 years.
Whoa, stop right there. He's really not doing that, Penn, because you just told us that he's shooting 70%, which is leading the league. So he's not smoking every layup. He's not smoking every dunk. It's not going on, but keep going.
It's low volume, chill. Like there's obviously a difference. Like obviously no one up here is saying, oh, Jalen Duren is so much more skilled than Bam Adebayo. No, we can see the handle. We can see the pull-up jump shot. We can see the game. We can see all of that. Yep. What we're trying to say is more skill does not mean better, even offensively. Especially just because you can tween, wrap it behind your back, and make 40% of your mid-range jump shots does not mean that is an optimized way for you to play, and it definitely does not mean that you're better than someone who makes 68% of their floaters in the paint. This is an argument you could throw out around for a lot of players. Now, again, Jalen Duren is more limited in the number of things he can do, but the things he does super well are things Bam cannot do well. Finishing around the paint is very important for a big. If I set up a pick and roll with Bam and I set up a pick and roll,
is Bam like a traditional big like that? Well, Bam
is not a traditional big. He's a face-up big. He's an isolation big, whatever. But I'm saying in the exact same play types, we're talking diving.
So do you think? So you think that context of him being all of that? Don't you think that affects some of his numbers a little bit?
Of course.
Sure
And you know what, Jordan? If it was even remotely close, like let's just say Jalen Duren, Jalen Duren's like shooting 65% from two on his career. That is, of course, a function of the simplicity of his role. Of course, just like it is for Rudy Gobert shooting 70%. It is a function of the types of shots you take. No one is comparing Luka's 2-point field goal percentage with, I don't know, DeAndre Ayton. Because Luka
so why'd you bring up Devin Booker and all these moves?
He brought up a whole list. That's why I ended the
argument. You brought up 530 players to make what point then? What was the point you're trying to make if all of a sudden Rudy Gobert doesn't matter?
You just wanted to trash Bam.
What all because Bam didn't stop at 81 pin. This is disgusting.
I don't care about that.
Oh, now you don't care about it. All right,
yeah,
bro.
Ron,
what's up, bro?
This is exactly why I said Penn was going to argue something.
You could have let Chill talk, but we going to keep.
You brought up some irrelevant stuff to make a point.
Sometimes you bite off more than you could chew, brother.
Exactly, and it was just like, why would you do that?
Let the brother have.
Your eyes is bigger than your stomach.
Let the brother have an appetite.
When we talk about why Cam Thomas got waived, and we talk about how he can't make threes, he can't make twos, he doesn't make shots at the rim. Are you going to tell me that efficiency is overrated? No.
All right, fellas, we're gonna move on to the next super
chat.
They
could disagree with that. Like, why can't we just say I disagree with that's why Cam Thomas got waived? But sure.
All right, we'll get to Cam Thomas.
Is that great of a basketball player, NBA basketball player? That's all.
And Ox is fine for having that opinion, just like somebody else could be fine for saying, I think he is. It is what it is. Like, sometimes shit just happens. Like, it's just okay.
All right, fellas, we'll get around to Cam Thomas, but the next super chat that I got is from Drink More Water. Drink said, you guys spent all offseason downplaying the East and making the West seem like a juggernaut of a conference with 850 win teams. LOL. The head-to-head record is 203 from the West to 190 in the East, which isn't bad, and every playing team is above 500 in the East.
Ron,
that's fair.
Chill.
You've been the pioneer of the East sucks. You, and none of us, me in particular, I've been the pioneer that the East is not as bad as it used to be. That's what I've been. I've never been the one that the East is better than the West. No, the East is better than what it used to be. Meanwhile, I listen to you tell me about how bad the Eastern Conference is. Obviously, that's not the case. Ron?
The West is still better than the East. He gave us the record. The West is still better. I will give the East some credit. At the bottom of the East is better than the bottom of, and this is playoff and play-in. The bottom of the East is better than the West. I'll give you that. But the top of the West is so much better than the top of the East. It's not funny. I'm telling you, if we took the top 5 to 6 teams in the West, these are teams that a lot of people will put stock in to come out of the West or to come out of the East. Any of the top 6.
Houston, no.
It's funny you said top 5 to 6.
Top 5. All right, top 5. But even Houston, though, like we would pick Houston. We would look at Houston as
is Minnesota coming out the East, Ron? If Minnesota's in
the East,
some of you niggas got Minnesota going. Houston will be all right. Let's leave Houston out of this. We don't got to do Houston. We can just do the top 5 teams. And Minnesota,
Houston ain't coming out of shit.
Y'all got Denver coming out of the West, so I know you would have Denver coming out of the East.
Facts.
With Minnesota, I'm telling you, if Ant and them was in the East right now,
which they're gonna go to the East. They going to the East.
Should be. Yeah,
they should be, but they're not. But I'm saying if they were, a lot of you guys would be saying that, and that's the only point that I'm making. We don't even got to talk about the top 3 teams.
The Celtics better.
That's the only point I'm making.
Cleveland is too.
Minnesota.
I'm gonna be honest. For me, outside of OKC and San Antonio, and like I guess hopefully Denver could be in that group. Everyone else, like I think the Lakers, the Wolves, I think they would fit in with the tier 1 East teams. I don't think they separate themselves. I think they're in that group. That's it.
I think if the Lakers was in the East, I think the Lakers was in the East full time. I think the Lakers would probably be tier 1 in the East, to be honest with you. Just because it ain't nothing nobody can do over there on a night in, night out basis with Luka Doncic and he getting them East teams. Shit, nah. he's smoking them. The level of intensity in that East, and mind you, I'm not an East hater like Ron. I mean, like Chill accused Ron of being earlier. I'm not an East hater. And I don't think you're East hater either, Ron. But I'm just saying the level of intensity is just not the same. Like it's not the same as it is in the West. It's not the same because every time people match up against people in the East, I mean,
have you seen a Nick Boston game?
But chill. But think about this though. But all the best players are in the West, so it's like every time they match up against each other, it's always for bragging rights. All the best players in the West.
True. Pretty true.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Especially now that Giannis ain't playing. It's
like, come on now. And it's like every time they match up against one another, it's always a comparison. So it's like they really be like going at it. It's like Luka Doncic wouldn't have no contest in the East. And I like Jaylen Brown, but I'm realistic too. I'm talking about pound for pound. Luka Doncic ain't got no contest in the East. Like if he getting the East every night, man, Luka might average 40. Chill, you know that.
Scotty lock him up. Asar lock him up. Dyson.
Scotty ain't locking shit up.
He actually.
It's about time you come off that damn train with Scotty too. By the way,
we seen the Saw defense though. We seen the Saw defense, right?
And I
it's
saw
about time Penn come out. Hold on, chill. It's about time Penn come off this goddamn train with Scotty Barnes.
What train? What train?
His ass is just a medium role player that can defend. That's what he is.
This is the same person.
DeMarco.
This is the same person who tried to tell y'all that Dennis Schroeder was better than Derek White, as the rest of us were like, what are you on? You trying to tell me,
then later on in the year, a lot of people were saying, I see what you're saying. Ain't nobody seeing what you're saying about Scotty Barnes. Ain't nobody seeing that.
The panel voted. I don't know if you caught that episode. Scotty Barnes was second in Defensive Player of the Year voting, according to the panel.
Okay, I just said he was
also voted. Hold up.
I just said he was a good defender. What that got to do with you thinking Scotty Barnes gonna be a best player in the NBA? You be posting clips of Scotty Barnes going between the legs and saying he can't be the best player in the NBA? Like, yeah, I am. He can't. When you gonna come off of that?
When did I say?
That's what I want to know. It's time to come off of. I gave you this season. I was quiet all season. Now the season is near. When you coming off of that? He's not no number one.
When did I say he's gonna be the best player in the NBA? I said he could be the best player on the championship team, and he is the best player.
He can't. Yeah, he can't. When you gonna come off of that?
He's the best player on his team. Sure.
Let me give you a fun fact. He's a better offensive player than Bam Adebayo. That I'll tell you.
No, the hell he ain't. But anyways, sure, if that's what you want to say. Great. Now you're gonna move the point. When you gonna come off this Scotty 22? Y'all can see it in his eyes. I saw his vorp. I saw the way he looked at the free throw line. Bullshit, and just say this man is just a good, decent number 2-3.
Scotty Barnes is shooting 22% from three his last 46 games.
Yeah, and what about his efficiency?
He started the season at
and believe it or not, he's still more efficient than Bam Adebayo.
Believe it or not, Bam is still better than Scotty Barnes. Believe it or not.
He is not. One of these players just made an all-star team. One of these players is probably going to make All-NBA, and you be quiet as a church mouse when he does.
Who going to make All-NBA? All-NBA what? Defensive team?
Who had Scotty Barnes All-NBA? I think.
I got him third team.
You think Scotty Barnes is going to make All-NBA this year?
He's going to be third team All-Pro, yep.
I think he's going to make All-NBA third team, too. There you go.
I'm gonna be honest. I think Bam's better than Scotty Barnes.
Well, he's not going to make All NBA, but I mean, he's still a good player. Shout out to Scotty.
Actually, I don't know why. I don't know who I think. I think they're close. I'll say that. I think Bam and Scotty Barnes are close.
Cool. And one of them's 28, and one of them's 24. And I was.
Oh my God, bro! He can be trash at 28.
Yo, Dritch, leave him alone so we can move on.
It's not.
Yeah,
really
we can. I just want to get that away.
Trying the whole like I'm gonna try to bully you after you get smoked for an hour in a debate doesn't.
I didn't get smoked for an hour. You would never smoke me in nothing. You won't never
bully him.
I just let you have a point because I knew you was gonna get silly when you started bringing up Anthony Black and Emmanuel quickly. I knew it was gonna get silly. You will never beat me in a basketball debate about nothing. I would beat you in a basketball debate about Scotty Barnes. You will never beat me in no basketball.
Let's do that. I want to. Shit. Matter of fact, I got check on that
we was supposed to do that the other day, man. What happened to that? We were supposed to line it up
Nice.
today.
I'm trying to save all you guys' debate.
You're not trying to do that. You sitting up there laughing.
Hey, I'm trying to.
You ought to be shaming yourself.
That's who Ron is.
No, Ox wanted.
You ought to be shaming yourself.
No, you wanted to do, the king of the court. I'm trying to save that for PCL Summer Madness. I'm trying to save that for this summer.
Why would we save it? We got plenty of time to debate. We could debate. We could do king of the court every day, and then PC Summer Madness will still be lit.
I'm telling you. I would love to do it. I really would. But Summer Madness is going to be so crazy that we got to put that on ice. On top of that, we don't got no time to be debating right now. We need to be talking about the playoffs. We need to be talking about what's going on.
We can talk about the playoffs.
Right when the playoffs is over, we'll get into, that'd be right when the summer starts. We'll get into all of that good stuff. But I'm telling y'all, PCL Summer Madness is going to be ridiculous. And after that, we might have some open roster slots. We might have some, what do they call them? Two-way contracts. We might have some two-way contracts for people to get on the panel. So, I'm not going to go into that and all of that, but it might be a summer tryout as well to get on the panel. We'll see how that all turns out. I'll get you guys more details if we end up going that route, but we got super chats, y'all. So Tupac Westside said, "Morning, fellas. Sucks that LA lost, but it is what it is. Next few games should be easy. Also, I heard that Cam Thomas got waived. Not surprised. Like you said, OG, got to do more than score as an undersized guard." So let's talk about
maybe you actually got to score the ball. That would help.
If that's your skill set, like in addition to doing other things, you should be good at what you actually are good at. And if you can't do that, then there is
you don't think Cam Thomas is good at scoring a basketball, too?
I ain't saying that. I'm saying that
I don't think he's been good this year.
That's the problem. That's the problem, Drench. It's not the fact that he's not good at scoring the basketball, because I do think that he's a hell of a scorer. But if that's your thing as an undersized guard, if you're not doing that, what else are you good at?
Where is he good from? I like when people say he's good at scoring. Is he good?
I think he's
good?
Well,
is he good from the mid range? Is he good in the paint? Like we talk 3 levels. You can add 4th level, which is the free throw line. What level is he good at?
So let's bring that up, Penn. I think
Cam Thomas is good in the mid range and from 3. That's where
I was about to go. You got it.
Yeah, I don't think he's that great of a finisher, but to the point of him as a scorer, like
he's really good with his
part of it is you have to live with the way he plays basketball. And I think that's hard for a lot of coaches to do. I think that's when sometimes the aesthetics of his game, it can kind of throw you off, because coaches does have a specific way that they want to see you hoop. And for Cam Thomas to be effective, you have to let him do what he does. Like, you just have to live with it. And I don't think a lot of coaches is okay with it. Like, it's just like one of those things. But to my point is, they'll be okay with somebody else doing something similar, just it looks better. So that's just what it's about. So
and I think good enough to live with it.
Huh? I mean, I'm cool. I understand that. I do think he can score the basketball, though. I do think off the bench he can score the basketball. Like, to me, some of the shit that other people do, it bothers me. But if it gets you what you need, it's like I can look forward. I just think coaches got to coach, to be honest with you. I just think that's a lot of times that'd be what it is. Coaches want to coach what they envision in their head is a good basketball player, the system that they want, and then they live with that, and they don't recognize, like, okay, we lacking in this area. We need something. How can he help? Like, the Milwaukee Bucks suck. Cam Thomas ain't the reason why they suck.
I mean,
like at the end of the day,
he wasn't helping them suck less.
I mean, he was horrible.
I guess, but then he get off the team and they go get beat by 50. Like, all righty. Like, it is what it is. Like, it comes down to coaching to me. Like, I've seen that with a lot of players. Players have different styles. Like, it's players that I don't like. I might not like their game. I say that it's a guy. I remember his name later. Y'all bring him up on the panel. Donovan Mitchell. It's not that I don't like his game, but I'm not as high on his game as Chill is. So
you forgot his name.
He does. Yeah, it's Donovan Mitchell. But I'm just not as high.
He is like an afterthought. You are right.
Yeah, but I'm just saying with Donovan Mitchell. But if I'm coaching him, I'm not a dummy. Like, I don't like the way sometimes Donovan Mitchell do stuff, but I'm not a dummy. I'm gonna let him do that. Like, that's how he get it done.
Yeah, but you can do that with Donovan. You could do that with Donovan Mitchell. You can't do that with Cam Thomas. Donovan Mitchell and Cam Thomas are completely different.
I agree, but I only brought that up.
Nowhere near Donovan Mitchell.
But I agree, but I only brought that up because I'm saying that sometimes a player just have some shit that you just don't like. You don't like the way it looks. But like Mara said, the guy can score from mid range. He can score from three. Some games he have stinkers. Yes, he does. I don't like the way Jordan Clarkson played. But at the end of the day, you take what you take with Jordan Clarkson.
Right, but Thomas might be the worst offender in the league.
It's way different though.
Man.
Like a guy,
it was Keontae George, not Cam Thomas.
No, I said Mike. Keontae is in that group. Bob Carrington, Keontae, and Cam Thomas. They probably the three worst in the league.
But if the thing with Cam Thomas is, Drench, you can't let Cam Thomas do what he do. But that's all he can do. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? That's the issue. So while coaching comes down to it, obviously. But if you some dudes you can't coach.
Because my thing is how do you draft a guy that been doing this his whole life?
Because you see in college how much he was scoring. You think, okay, that can translate. They allowed it to go. But you know, high school and college ain't the same thing. But as the league
in the NBA too, though.
Right. But those were different times. Now it's like, okay, Cam, you got to get better. You got to evolve. You got to learn other things. You got to be a better basketball player. And he hasn't done that. He hasn't done it at all. So it's like, okay, I'm trying to coach you, Cam. I need you to do this. But when you know for a fact when I'm talking to a player, do this, and they can't do it, it's like, okay, that's enough. Because you're scoring the scoring that you do, not only is it not efficient enough, it's just not enough. Like, you're not Tracy McGrady. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that point.
On top of that, you're little. Like, well, get out the way. Just get out the way.
With that point. But what I'm saying is, you know, the NBA is a lot of times it's about not narratives, but it's like once people put a stigma on you, no matter what you did that was successful, it just like people's gonna overlook it. Like from Cam Thomas to have the years that he had when he played alongside Kyrie and Kevin Durant, right? Yeah. And then I think he averaged close to 20 after that. And then it's just like it started with the contract extension. And I remember we had this conversation and I said it's a bad idea for him not to take that money because I knew this would happen. I knew he wouldn't get the chance to, and I was up here arguing for that. I said he's not gonna get the chance to do what he think he can do to get a big contract. Had he just taken that money, he would not be in this situation because they would have prioritized letting him do that, and they would have been okay with it. But he did not want to take it, and they sabotaged him. And once you get cut one way, you're going to keep getting cut. And I'm not.
They sabotage him, Drench. He sabotages himself.
No. I was just about to say that. I'm not saying
that is a fair point, though, Drench. Like, if he signs that contract, it's a whole different situation. They have invested in you, so they have to continue.
What contract was he offered? What contract was he offered?
30 million. It was
2 years, 30 million.
2 year 30.
Mm-hmm.
They letting him rock. They letting him rock with 15 million.
He took the 1 year 7, 1 year 7, 1 year.
He took a 1 year $6 million deal.
Yeah.
And as soon as he took that, I said that they were going to make sure that there's no way that he was going to get whatever he was going to try to get because they wasn't going to prioritize that. And so I'm also not to the point to where I'm trying to take all the blame off of Cam Thomas. Like, yeah, at that point you got to produce when you do stuff like that. But the NBA is about a business point. What somebody is invested in you, if that's $15 million, this is a different conversation with Cam Thomas. It's totally different.
And that 2 year 30, the second year was a team option.
Look, it's fair.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm saying they wouldn't have just let him sit on the bench. They wouldn't have just said he out the rotation. They would have just allowed him to do what he had to do.
You remember even on Chill with Chill, I was saying he needed to take that money. Like,
for sure.
Team option or not, I was like, no, you get that 2 year 30, you need to take that money.
Yeah. But look at the situation with like three players right now. Moses Moody, we did not talk about that horrific injury yesterday. Jonathan Kuminga, Cam Thomas. NBA careers can be very short when you're not a superstar.
Jonathan Kuminga better than Cam Thomas.
I agree. I think Jonathan Kuminga is better than him. I think Moses Moody is better than both. My point here is we need to adjust our expectations for what guys can do to what should you do. I know you can handle 15 possessions in the pick and roll, but we got two guys who are better than you. So now what else can you do? And the question of what else can you do is the question I would ask guys who didn't make it in the NBA, like Jimmer Fredette. Okay, we not BYU. You're not going to come out and do what you did in college. What else can you do? Can you hit catch and shoot jump shots? Can you play a little bit of defense? Can you fit in around my star? Because you're not my star. This question is the Cam Thomas question. And
I understand that.
Unfortunately, people like Cam Thomas, unfortunately, people like Jimmer Fredette, people like they did not learn from JJ Redick. They went down the Adam Morrison route of
but it's a little different. $6 million for sure, but $6 million telling somebody at $6 million to change your game, it's totally different than telling somebody at $15 million to change your game. And that's just what the NBA is based on. Like, you get paid a lot of money, they're going to allow you to do stuff that you, because it's like that's in life. It's not just the NBA, it's just in life.
Game,
like
I get what you're
saying. $15 million, that $15 million had Cam Thomas taking that money,
but it was still
a different conversation.
But it was still a 1+1. So the 1+1 shows you the exact same lack of faith that the $6 million contract shows you. It's showing you we don't trust you.
No, it doesn't, because he would have got that 15 this year.
Hold on. So the Nets are way below the salary cap. The money does not matter.
Okay,
he would have been a trade. He would have been a trade piece.
So really quickly, Penn.
He would never got cut.
So really quickly, Penn, to Drench's point. So that $15 million, which is over double of what they were going to pay him. So now they let him rock. So if they end up letting him rock and he gets busy, now that $15 million, we ripped that last year, that deal up, and we extend him because maybe we like what we saw and maybe we want to keep going with him, as opposed to this $6 million deal where that at the team option, not the team option. I got 1 year, which you already out on me anyway because you're paying me less.
And they gotta pay, and they gotta play him too. If they gave him 15, they gotta play him.
The point that I'm making is that the $6 million, it's a low risk, high reward. He ends up getting busy on this little bit of money. Okay, well, we ended up cashing in on this, and maybe we could sign him to something more. If he doesn't, it was $6 million. We straight. 15,
and we don't got to play him for $6 million.
15.
That is how that works. That's how the NBA always works like that.
$15 million. $15 million. If you $15 million, if you're paying him double that, right? If you're paying him double that with the team option at the end, it's obvious that that's now the baseline. And if I outperform that contract of that $15 million, that $15 million could very well turn into $20, $25 million, especially if I got busy.
Gary Trent has outperformed his contract every single year. He keeps getting minimum contracts. It doesn't matter. Sandro Mamukelashvili outperformed his contract. Chill. Your contract is what I'm willing to pay you. And what I'm willing to pay you is what the market's willing to pay you. And if the money dries up because it goes to all the stars, I'm sorry, Cam Thomas. I'm sorry, Jonathan Kuminga. You're going to have to settle for less. But we got guys like Jonathan Kuminga out here being like, well, Cade got this and Scotty Barnes got this, so I deserve this. No, you don't.
Okay, so
no, you don't.
To your point, Penn. So Gary Trent Jr., he wasn't getting minimum deals. Did he not sound like a $45?
He got like a $60 million deal. He got a crazy deal.
$48 million with the Raptors.
So he wasn't getting
that's a crazy ass deal.
Right.
And
the reason why they did that,
people figured out that he was a bad defender.
Okay.
And the second people figured out that he couldn't create his own shot, he was a minimum contract guy for the rest of his life. Chris Boucher got
but on that deal, that crazy deal that he played, did the Raptors take him out the rotation?
Yep, multiple times.
I don't remember.
Yes, they did.
I remember him being. I remember him
being in a rotation in the playoffs.
You're gonna tell me
right now. All
right. But here's the difference, though, Penn. The difference is
how many times he got out that rotation.
But here's the difference, Penn. The difference is that when he was playing with you guys, when he was playing on that minimum deal, it was a low risk, high reward. Well, he wasn't really getting paid a lot of money. Turns out he got busy.
That nigga never got under 28 minutes a game with the Raptors.
And it turns out he ends up getting busy and he gets it gets extended.
Whoa, hold on, chill. Where did he get out the rotation? That nigga never got under 28 minutes a game.
He was playing. Sounds like he was playing like heavy minutes.
They benched him midway into his second season on that contract. They benched him.
That's not what we're talking about. No.
Penn.
That's not what we're talking about.
Penn, hold on. The third year, he averaged 28 minutes a game.
We were tanking.
What the fuck is the Nets doing? What is the Nets doing?
Dude, he was a starter. He was paid to be a starter. When he showed he couldn't be a starter, they considered moving him out of the rotation completely. Then they moved him to the bench.
Sure.
And he played very few minutes. There were minutes where he played 35. Then there were minutes where he was playing 15, 16.
Never played under 28 minutes per game.
So now per game matters.
Bro, you're going to move the argument every time it's a trap right there for you. We basically...
It's
laid out perfectly. We just argued that that Gary Trent Jr. signed a $48 million deal. You, out of your own mouth, said, oh, they found out he was a bad defender. They found out he couldn't get his own shot off. They found out all of this negative stuff about him. And I said, did they take him out the rotation? You said, yes. I went and looked it up. You lied. No, they did not.
Motherfucker, you are not going to tell me I lied about a team that I watched. They benched several games. Yes, they did. You weren't watching. I was watching.
Which year?
Brother, I'm looking. I don't have to watch to look. This dude averaged no less than 28 minutes per game.
Asked me, was he ever taken out of the rotation? Yes, he was. He was called out by Nick Nurse explicitly. Let me give you
how does he still average no less than 28 minutes per game?
If he wants to play defense, he fits us. If he doesn't, well, he doesn't. That's a Nick Nurse.
He got that chance because they paid him $48 million.
Holy shit, Drench. You are not going to fucking tell me about a team that I cover, about what happened with the team that I covered, man.
Drench,
what are you doing?
Drench, he played less than...
Is your ego this big?
In that
like,
season,
no, I got to be right about this because he played 28 minutes. You asked me a specific question. Did they ever take him out of the rotation? I said yes.
In that 60-game season.
They benched him for several games.
Okay. They benched him for several games. How many games did he not play? How many games did he not play, Penn? How many games did he not play?
They sent him to like 3 games, 2 games here and there. They put him out the rotation. The point here is the $18 million does not mean jack shit. They still put him on the bench. They called him out publicly.
You just talking because you know you're wrong. You just talking because you know you're wrong. That's just what it is. You just talking. You just doing all this shit because you know you're wrong.
This is going in like crazy circles. This is a Ferris wheel.
He just know you're wrong. But let him have it, Ron. He know he's wrong.
This is the second Gary Trent Jr. debate we've had on the panel, by the way. Shout out to Gary Trent. I don't know if you've ever debated a worst player.
In the 59 games that he played that season, to your point, when you're talking about him getting benched, just so you know, Penn, in the 59 games that he played that season, he played under 20 minutes twice. That's it.
That sounds like that sounds like they took him out of the rotation. Probably because he fucking making $48 million, chill. That's why.
All right, that's that. The next super chat is from More You 789. More You said, Jordan, I don't watch the Lakers enough to totally know if you were right or wrong, but I watched them the past 2 games, and my God, does this guy Luka ball hog? He will go 10 straight possessions, not passing at all.
Yeah, 32 last night. Stop hanging.
Yeah, what Morris last night?
32, I think.
And 2 of that was in that.
Yeah, that nigga took 28 shots, but I don't listen. You know what? I gotta clear this up because people think that I'm saying that Luka should take the shots that he taking. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, of course, I understand why he takes those shots. He has the ability to make them, but at times they're bad shots. That's it. That's all I said. And everybody went on this whole Luka, I hate Luka train just because I said he takes bad shots. What's wrong with that?
Hater.
He got boxed up.
Yes, I am a hater.
Yes, he did. He got boxed up in the 4th last night.
Yes, I am a hater.
Grinch, you have not lied about Luka Doncic at all. Like
all his threes on the left side too. I don't know if people recognize that. Like damn near all his threes be on the same left wing. I made a video about Luka 3 years ago about that left wing.
I've been said that years ago. If he on the left, he gonna shoot a step back.
He gonna shoot a step back 3.
Driving. Yeah, if you're on the right, he's driving. That's not news.
Shout out Luka though. He's still, supreme talent, one of the best players in the NBA. All right, Big Za 00 JJ the GOAT Anime said, can't wait for OKC to run through the playoffs. Love how media discourse talking about all these other teams finna look foolish. That 10-man lineup with Shea, AJ, Joe, McCain, Asian Duke Dennis, Chet, iHeart, J-Dub, Queso, Alex, Dort, untouchable.
That's ridiculous. So many names. God damn.
He got 12 guys. He left some names out, by the way.
He really did.
Yeah, he left some names out.
Hey, Mars, I wanted to agree with you. I want to disagree with you about how you was bashing.
Yeah, well, then you're wrong. You're wrong then.
No, I want to agree with you. I want to disagree with you. I was listening to an episode you was bashing Lou Dort. You're talking about
when I said
Jason Wallace and Caruso better defenders than him. Yeah, I'm bashing you on that one. Yeah, I think.
This is the second time you've been yapping in the last 24 hours. It's fine.
It's okay.
Hating on Tyler Ulis, and now you glazing.
It's okay. Yeah. I think you underestimating what Luke Dort do for this Thunder team, boy. I think you underestimate.
Absolutely. I'll underestimate to the end of time.
I also think y'all don't realize he the reason why they allow the Thunder to play fouling ass defense. Them need to be fouling. He the reason why though.
He the tone setter.
Yeah, he that tone setter for sure.
Shout out to Lou though. I like Lou as a player. Like I
like Lou as a player too.
I can live with his flaws. You know, like
Lou Dort a better player than Cam Thomas.
I would take Lou Dort over Cam Thomas.
Yeah,
I would take him.
Who's a better player?
Who's a better basketball player?
Yeah, see, I ain't also
Lou Dort. Defense matters.
Politicking. Who a better player?
Nah, Lou Dort. Defense matters.
Morris, I'm gonna tell you like this: there is no time ever.
Lou Dort
I'm taking Cam Thomas over Lou Dort. I'm taking Lou Dort every single time.
Ain't nobody putting Cam Thomas in the box. Lou Dort can't stop Cam Thomas. I'm gonna just say that he can't stop him. Not no 1-on-1.
Cam Thomas will have this nigga Lou Dort looking like Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on it. Cam Thomas in defense. I don't know if he can stop Lou Dort.
Yeah, no, he definitely can't stop Lou Dort because Lou Dort was a bucket getter in college though. Lou Dort was getting buckets in college.
If I got Cam Thomas on my team and Lou Dort is on the other team, I'm praying that Lou Dort stop Cam Thomas. Like, but just deny him the ball, please. I don't want Cam to have the ball.
But see, that's the difference between them two as players, though. It's like Cam Thomas is that player you don't want to play with. Because you like every time he gets the ball, here we go. We know this is going up.
You don't want to play
might as well just get back on defense. And he the type, I don't know if this is Cam, but I'm saying usually players that play like that are the type to get mad when they don't get enough playing time. They're the type to get mad when they don't get the ball. They're the type to get mad at you for shooting a shot that they just shot and missed 4 possessions in a row. Yeah. And so, like, you don't want to play with a Cam Thomas, but a guy like Lou Dort, that's the guy that you want in your locker room. You want to go to war with him every day because you know he will run.
Because I can play defense and he can score.
That too, Jordan. That too. But he gonna do all the little things. He gonna hustle and he gonna play the right brand of basketball. And he just like that's just who you want to play with. That's who you want to rock with.
Yeah, the Rockets may need to get Cam Thomas, to be honest with you.
Oh my, he wouldn't be eligible in the playoffs anyway. So just
fuck it. Well, I guess he just done for the bird. He might well go to Europe. He might well go to Europe. That's the only way he can play.
You think he can? I don't think he's as good as this guy, like in terms of like his stature. But do you think he could like be like a new Mike James over there in Europe? In terms of like,
yeah.
They wouldn't be able to numbers wise. I'm just numbers wise.
Like you think about Carson. Like Carson damn near averaged like 20 last year. Carson Edwards averaged 20.
Carson Edwards, yeah, okay.
Yeah, like Cam Thomas would be over there scoring that thing. Like he
would. That's the Euro League.
Yeah. Now the thing is, it depends on the coach though, Ron. It depends on the coach though, because sometimes these EuroLeague coaches have it the worst. What they want exactly that. Whatever they envision in their head, they don't give a shit if you scoring 20. If you don't do that shit they way, your ass will sit on that bench. Yeah, like they had Kendrick Nunn, the MVP, coming off the bench, couple games. Why?
He would not cook in the EuroLeague. He needs to follow Stephon Marbury's example and go to China.
I mean, I'm not mad at that too, Pin, but he should go to China because China, they just gonna give him the ball and say, just
bro, China is not a real
China he's average 50, but I'm gonna
Jimmer Fredette, Stephon Marbury, players who just can't buy out of their own hype need to go to China.
No, they don't. They can just
they do.
Carson Edwards playing in the EuroLeague.
He's a better scorer than Carson Edwards.
Cam Thomas would have no chance of coming back to the NBA if he went and played in China.
Nobody respects Chinese basketball.
If he played in Europe, he'd have a chance of coming back to the league, which is
for sure. Would be his goal. He would probably be like the future brand athlete for like all their shoe companies, and he could score. He could do.
What do you mean they're gonna pay him a ton of money though? They won't even pay him that much money.
Pretty confident J.R. Smith went to China and came back and was on that Laker team
during the lockout though. Chill.
But Cam Thomas,
he probably would get paid more in China than he would.
But he did come back.
But like Cam Thomas isn't
not really. I don't think so.
Or J.R. Smith though. We do acknowledge that, right? That Cam Thomas isn't as good as those two guys.
He didn't play much with that Laker team. but he did get on that group.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, nobody respects the Chinese basketball league. I'm telling y'all, like I know that for a fact. They don't respect the Chinese basketball league. Even in Europe, they don't respect the Chinese basketball league.
They don't. I mean,
yeah,
the only
like
time
if
somebody
you
goes over there is to get a stupid bag.
It's get a bag they would have never got.
Michael Beasley was in China, like
bro. If you go to China, and then you try to go to the Euro League, they make you play in the unders. Like they don't respect Chinese basketball. They actually hate it. They actually hate it if you go over there and try to go play. They think that's not real It's not. It's really not real basketball. You just go over there and you just shoot. That's it.
You know, it's Stephon Marbury. They built the statue of him
20 in the NBA draft.
I mean, Stephon Marbury did what he did, but that don't mean that that's a respectable
Emmanuel Mudiay went to China right before he got drafted. It was China.
He played in Europe. He played in Europe.
Emmanuel Mudiay better than Cam Thomas.
It might have been China. It might have been China too, though. But I don't know. I don't know. But Emmanuel Mudiay came out of high school though. He came out of high school though.
Yeah, he went out of high school and he went pro, and then he came back and got drafted.
I don't know if it was China though. I don't know if it was China.
Yeah, I might be wrong. I might be wrong. I'm not wrong.
But I'm telling you, I know that for a fact. Like I know for sure. I'm not just making this up. They do not respect that league. They don't.
Because anybody can go over there. Yeah, I don't respect that league either. When Yang got drafted, I watched that shit. Hell no.
Yeah, that's one of those things. Is like even
he played for the Guangdong Southern Tigers
out of high school.
Marshawn Burks played in China. OJ Mayo played in China.
OJ Mayo played in China after he left the NBA.
Yep. Lance Stevenson played in China. I'm seeing a trend
after he left the NBA.
Jimmer Fredette, Ty Lawson.
After he left. All right, let me ask you a question. Why isn't Jimmer Fredette playing in the EuroLeague?
Jimmer Fredette sucks. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, so why you bring him up?
He would cook everyone up here, but like he still sucks.
He does.
Yeah, but why he not playing in the EuroLeague?
I don't think. I feel like people just assume that if you're an American, that everyone in Europe is just going to be like, "Oh my God, please come over here." But I don't think coaches over there are just like handing their offense to anybody.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said.
Mike James is a good basketball player. He was a good basketball player in the NBA too, by the way.
Yeah.
He was
the only reason why he's not in the NBA because his attitude. That's literally the only reason why Mike James is not in the NBA because his attitude.
And Jordan, that was going to be
a lot.
That was going to be my thing with Cam Thomas, even like in Europe, because like Mike James, now he's established himself over there. Yeah, he even has a bad attitude over there. But I'm saying like Cam Thomas, if he comes over there and his attitude ain't good that first year or two, if he's just they gonna that big ego, yeah, he wouldn't last over there either. So it's like I do think he will be able to go and fry the EuroLeague. But how you said about the coach, like the coach got to accept him and he got to do it the coach's way. But he also has to be humble as well. If he's not humble, then he wouldn't be able to play over there. And to Penn's point, China might be the only option.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on how he want to play basketball. Like if he want to just play for the accolades and to score 50 and 60, cool, go to China. But if you want to play real basketball that actually means something, that got passion behind it, the EuroLeague is a good option. And it's a couple teams that are probably pay him $3 million right now to come finish the season off of. I know it's a couple of Panathinaikos probably would be one of them. They don't mind. They will get any damn body that can hoop and just pay you that bread. Hapoel Tel Aviv will do it. They do the same shit too. But it just really depends. Like I think he fries in the EuroLeague because that game fits him. He gonna fry there. But
Ron, who does Mike James? Is he in Italy?
Monaco.
Yeah, he's out for the season though.
He plays for Monaco.
He hurt himself.
Okay.
But, I bet he did hurt himself when they stopped paying him. I bet he did hurt himself. Yeah, I would have hurt myself too. Shit, I'd be hurt as a motherfucker. Yeah. But y'all let him checks. My knee hurt. I can't play no more.
El Monaco.
For sure.
But we still in the crunch time chat segment, fellas. We got a chat from Jose TV or Spanish Jose TV. Jose said, prayers for Moses Moody. The last time I saw a knee injury that severe in a basketball game was Baron Davis, and that ended up being his last NBA game. I hope that won't be the same with Moody.
That was crazy.
It won't be
wide open.
Yeah, that looked like, what's that? They call it the patella tendon or something like that?
Yeah.
That's what that looked like, because I didn't see no like buckle in his knee. I just saw it look like shit just it looked bad. He looked like he was about to do something freaky on that break too.
Isn't that what happened to
Stevenson?
Oladipo? And
Oladipo, yeah.
And Jeremy Lin had the same shit.
Oladipo had Oladipo. It was his thigh.
his knee went into his thigh.
Yeah.
That just happened to my homeboy. My homeboy playing
with Oladipo.
I think he played in Lebanon. I'm not sure. My homeboy just had the same injury. Like he's super athletic. Same injury. Like probably like 2 months ago.
Bro. Damn. Prayers up, Moses. Because that is man.
He was hooping too. He was having a good season.
You know, I was at that game the second time he hurt himself, Oladipo.
Damn.
The look on
Oladipo, another one. He should have took that contract with the Rockets. Tripping.
I was actually,
but I'm glad he didn't because I thought Oladipo sucked for the Rockets. I did not like Oladipo with the Rockets.
I'll never forget Oladipo on the Pacers, man. He was
for sure.
I will never forget. I will never forget James's face after they beat them in Game 7, and he was hugging Oladipo like, "I'm glad we ain't got to play these dudes no more."
Yeah,
man. Underrated. What if, man?
I'm glad we ain't got to see these dudes no more.
Roy Mustang said, "If Shitgoon and the men suck, then Cam Thomas is a fucking bum. MF don't do shit but ball hog and shoot contested mid-range jumpers. He's gonna be an LA Fitness all-time great though."
Yeah, man.
Cam Thomas really want to get into it. That one-on-one space popping right now. Cam Thomas will go crazy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he will waste his time in that motherfucker.
Yeah, the money, right?
He's basically built for it. I mean, everybody wants to do that, right? Everybody wants the ball in the middle of the court. Everybody wants to have the green light. Everybody wants to shoot, 20 times a game, dribble. But everybody can't do that. And that's what I was saying earlier. It's like you got to adapt your game and become something else, contribute in some other way. Cade Cunningham does not need a Cam Thomas. Brandon Ingram does not need a Cam Thomas. Basically, every single team that could use a Cam Thomas has two better versions of that same player on their team. There's already so many guys who don't do everything they could do. If you hand Nikola Topic, as many pick and roll possessions as Cade, I guarantee you he's gonna put up 18.
This nigga just proved my point about the EuroLeague players. You see how he just went straight to Topic? You saw nothing of Topic and you think that he could do that shit. You just want to give Topic a chance.
Well, I mean, I've watched.
I don't think that was the point he was making.
No, I know. I'm just saying that was just my point that his brain just wired to Topic. Why Topic?
I'm Serbian. He's Serbian.
Right.
That's my point. Play a lot.
Yeah, I know. That was my point.
Okay, cool. I'm done.
All right,
there's no problem. I mean, stand on it. I ain't tripping. I'm just saying that's my point. We go straight to Topic. Why? All other niggas out the league, we go straight to Topic.
Because he's really unproven and he just came back.
Right. Just give him a chance, huh? Give him a chance.
What are you talking about, Drench?
No, you know exactly what y'all ain't confused. Ron ain't confused either.
I know what he talking about, but we're gonna move on to the next super chat.
Yeah, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. He know what I'm talking about too. It's okay. I'll give it to him.
I've been trying to figure out what you've been talking about for an hour and a half, dude. At this point, I'm just like, I might need to just go back to sleep, go get some cereal, go back.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Pray that I wake up tomorrow, dude. Like, what are we doing here?
All right, the next super chat is from Eric Espinosa.
Pastor Real Talk got me, so I as long as Pastor got me, I'm good. It's what it is.
That might be the worst cosign in the history of the world.
Eric said, "I love the fact that Wemby is being vocal about winning the awards this year, in which he will win DPOY. But as far as MVP goes, it's Shea to lose unless the Spurs jumped him for the number 1 seed. In my opinion, go Spurs, go." Right quick, fellas. This is what Wemby had to say about the awards. He made a statement last night after their game, after cooking in a typical Wemby fashion. He said these 3 points are why he deserves to win MVP. He said defense is 50% of the game. I believe I'm the most impactful player defensively in the league. He also said we almost swept OKC with their real team in this season, and we dominated them. And last but not least, he said offensive impact is more than just points. Does Wemby watch the panel?
Yes.
I think a lot of people say that, not just the panel, but sure. Yeah, we'll take credit, I guess. Yeah, shout out to Wemby. Wanting to win awards. It's cute.
Absolutely. Awards definitely matter. And the idea that if the Spurs take over the number 1 seed, let's not act like the Lakers and Luka doesn't have real action. Like they play Oklahoma City twice in these last couple of weeks. Yes. Yeah, they play Oklahoma City. At the league MVP.
Oh.
Yes, let's not act. Let's not.
Mars set you up for that, chill. He knew exactly what you was talking about.
Let's not.
Mars,
Let's
I
not
thought he meant the Lakers had action to let San Antonio get the 1 seed. I know what he was talking about.
Let's not act like Luka doesn't have. I think that the conversation would get louder. I'm not saying that Luka would win it, but I am 100% confident that the Lakers, again, they've won what? They won 9 straight. I think 12 of their last 13 games. In addition to winning 12 of their last 13 games, they got Oklahoma City twice. What happens if Luka ends up outplaying Shea in both of those games?
Then Wemby wins the MVP.
I don't know, man. I mean, I feel like
how many games the Lakers got again, Chill?
10. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So if he averaged 40 for these 10,
8,
I think he might have a case. If he averaged 40 for these 10,
yeah,
it's gonna get louder and louder. And they go on a 10-game winning streak. He got a case, but he had that.
They already went 9.
Now he got to go on another one.
I feel like these voters could get swayed with that head-to-head matchup. Wemby already talked about it. The fact that he felt like they outplayed Oklahoma City both the 3 times that they played them, and they ended up they beat them twice, or they beat them 3 times. I think they beat them
3-1.
3-1.
But
okay.
But not only that, Chill. Luka got to average 40, and Shea got to average like 25.
Like Shea got to fall off a cliff, you think?
Yeah, we're doing the thing where people want to make this seem closer than it is because they want to talk about stuff. But yeah, I'm failing to see how one could justify Luka over Shea for MVP. But we'll see. Maybe he wins.
I don't think so either. But
yeah, you're right. You know what, you guys, you Crow, you're right. I'm sad. You guys, you got it. I don't know what I'm talking about. Matter of fact, let me turn.
No, you might be right. The voters are like Stephen A. just went on First Take and said he got Wemby as the MVP now. So they're on the anybody but Shea agenda at this point.
I think Mars. I think people be doing that. I think people be doing that with the whole Wemby thing is because they don't want to give Shea back-to-back MVPs. I think it's because
it's the anybody but Shea. That's what we're
and I think it's because of last year how everybody talked about Shea. I think people were looking for a lot of flaws in his game. They were looking to see if he was going to follow up his last year performance again, and he did. And if I feel like because it was new last year, everybody was so in awe, but then the criticism came with it because of Shea had a great season, but people put him in categories that he probably shouldn't have been in at the moment. So now people was kind of salty about it. But at the end of the day, Shea should win his MVP. He should win back-to-back. Like at the end of the day, that's what it should be. We can make a conversation about it, but realistically, he's the MVP of the season. Again, he should go back-to-back. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's okay. Mars, you said
All
that
right.
on me.
All right, the next.
I didn't want to say I agree with you too loudly. That's all I was.
Oh, okay. I feel that. I feel you.
The next super chat is from Acro D2. Acro said, "Nah, Frenchman. No Hat Pin stood on business and you refuse to listen to it. His point is very valid, and just because you don't want to hear it doesn't mean it's not true. Keep going, Pin."
I'm not gonna lie, people just be arguing stuff for me that I don't even be arguing. I just realized that though. People would just find something and say, "What?
Can I ask you a question? The Nikola Topic comment. Were you trying to imply that Europeans get like an unfair advantage in the NBA? Like people give them more opportunities than they deserve? Is that what you're trying to say?
With less talent, yeah, I do. I do think so. I think people genuinely think just because you came from European, you must have something that the Americans don't have. So they just feel like
that's super interesting. Did Rudy Fernandez get like an undue opportunity, you think, given his incredible talent?
I thought Rudy Fernandez was a good basketball player.
But did he get
Rudy
like
did get opportunities?
Yeah, he got opportunities.
He got mad run with the Blazers.
Yeah.
Did Spanulis?
Yeah, he got an opportunity he should never got.
Okay. You think Sergio Rodriguez, Milos Teodosic? If you watch
Sergio Rodriguez never got that either.
Jorge Garbajosa, Arvidas Sabonis, Sarunas Jasikevic. Like if you go down the list of
Sabonis was like that though, but he also was 40. Robert Sacre got a obviously I'm being hyperbolic, but Robert Sacre got a deal.
Robert Sacre is Canadian.
No, not even Sacre. Antich for the Hawks.
Oh,
got a deal
Antich.
At 38. Why?
I think he was like 30.
I'm sorry.
He was like 36, 38, Mark. He was old. He was old as hell. Why?
I think he just looks older than he was.
I think
he might have been 36 though, Mars.
I think you just
He
got
might
a
have been. He
problem-
might have been. I'm
problem
not
with
gonna pretend
I
I'm
think you just
wrong.
got a problem with European players because honestly, for the last 25 to 30 years,
Okay, well, why did you just gloss over the point I just made? At 36 years old, Antich got a deal in NBA.
Well, maybe he's a good
As a
basketball
rookie.
player.
Because he was a good what?
You don't think?
How old was Prigioni as a rookie?
30,
31?
He was 34, 35.
No, he was at 35. Yeah, he was at 35.
What are we doing? So am I making this up or am I being serious? Am I making this up?
Did Jan Vesely get some huge opportunity in the NBA? He was a 6th
Jan
overall
Vesely
pick.
sucks.
Yes, he does suck in the NBA. Did he get a huge opportunity though?
I think
He
got an opportunity he never got.
The player I was literally talking about, Nikola Topic, is a lottery pick, and he is getting less opportunity right now, and deservedly so, by the way. I'm not arguing it, than the 16th overall pick, Jared McCain. So
cooked.
Like this,
No, he's not
idea-
cooking. One of them missed half the goddamn season. He's not cooking shit.
No, I'm just saying, like this idea that like,
And guess what?
Europeans are coming to take our jobs.
Is he still untouchable in trades? Is he still untouchable in trades? Is Nikola Topic untouchable in trades?
Bro, this
Are they hanging on to the kid?
I ain't giving him to chill. I know that.
Oh, we still hanging on to the kid based on what?
I need 8 first-round picks.
Oh, hold on. Duke, I'm glad you brought that up. Darko Milicic.
Oh my
You like
God.
him?
Honestly, Darko was a really good defender. He was a really good defender.
There's a lot of really good
Darko-
defenders in America.
Darko
brother.
had like a 10-year career, maybe like 8
Yeah, he
years.
did.
Darko had a decent.
So, but
career.
for every Darko Milicic, there's a Kwame Brown who was worse. And you can make any
Pretty
argument
crazy
you
as hell.
want. Kwame wasn't worse than Darko Milicic. Okay, you got it.
I can tell you how old Antis was. 31 years old when he got in the NBA. And you know what?
I was close.
You know what though? He played 2 years though.
How you know? You check his birth certificate?
He might be older than that, but nah.
okay.
Antis pretty cool though. He be around Europe. He pretty cool. But I'm just saying,
Hmm.
he should never ever played in the NBA ever.
That's a
Ever.
good-
And
it's
based
a
on
good-
your standards, you'll say a guy old by 28.
I mean, he's older than
Shout
someone
out.
who's 25. So I mean, W math.
He should have never played in the NBA.
You know, I feel
ever.
like my grade 2 math teachers out there watching this show, being like, "Good for you, Penn. I'm glad you know that 25 is younger than 28. I taught you well."
Yeah, but you know for sure that Antis should have never played in the NBA, and you know that. Now you go see. Look, now you confused. Now you got a concussion. You got a concussion.
There's a lot of players who should have never played in the NBA, and a lot of them are American. Like, what the hell do you want from me? If I look at the league right now, it's not like you present a reality that just does not exist. If I listened to you and actually like looked at the rosters, I would expect
Just be making shit up there.
You totally are.
Right.
You totally are. You're acting like Europeans are getting opportunities. What Europeans are getting opportunities? The stars. Yeah. You want Giannis to not get
Ben Seraph.
Ben Seraph is from Israel. You don't need a basketball lesson. You need a geography lesson. What the hell is wrong with you, man? Ben Seraph is from Israel.
God.
What does that mean?
Israel is not in Europe. Israel is in the Middle East.
Okay.
Okay. So I mean, like this idea that
He played in the Euro Cup.
oh my god,
Did he play in the Euro Cup?
bro, he got chosen people. He can do whatever the hell he wants, man. Like,
Now we're gonna switch it though.
oh my
Now we're gonna switch it though. Did he play in the Euro Cup?
He did, yes.
So if
Yeah.
an American player plays in the
Germany
Euro
team or
Cup, will
whatever.
he be extended the same advantages as Ben Seraph? Like, why are you
Yeah,
acting
what?
like tanking teams playing bad players is something new?
Listen. I know
Cam
guys in the
Thomas-
Euro Cup. I know guys in the Euro Cup that could average like 22, and they wouldn't get a chance to play in the NBA. But Ben Seraph can go over there and average a measly ass 11, 5, and 5, and they'll draft him.
Didn't you go to Tel Aviv?
Yeah.
You went to Israel.
Yeah.
And I'm
What
happy
about
to
it?
tell you it's not in Europe. Okay. My point is,
Most people, when they say European players, they just mean
We're talking about the Euro League.
I mean not American.
And overseas.
There's a reason we said Prigioni and he's like Argentinian. Like it's just what.
Yeah, like what are you doing?
If we're
I don't
ranking European players, obviously we'll talk about Europeans, but if we're talking about just typically when people say Euro players,
I'm trying to understand what this world map y'all looking at is. Like, is Africa part of Europe? Is
the world map I look at doesn't even have Israel on it. So I mean, that's a different.
But we just talking about the Euro League and the Euro Cup. That's what I'm talking about overseas. We talking about players that's international players. That's all we're talking about.
Is getting undue opportunity according to you. Danny Wolf might be getting undue opportunity according to you. But one could argue Cam Thomas is getting undue opportunity. Why did Cam Thomas?
How is he getting undue opportunity? He averaged 20 in college. He averaged 20 in the NBA.
He's trash. I don't know what to tell you. Ben
Seraph
probably
like, all righty.
Ben Seraph is trash too. Just so
Ben Seraph is hella trash, but Ben Seraph a rookie. He getting
my God
for being a rookie.
Oh my God, brother. That's okay, bro.
All right, fellas. I'm gonna go ahead and keep it pushing. Before I do anything, I want to take this time to shout out our Hall of Famers. That's Kingster MH. That's CMX Halo. Kingster and CMH. You guys hit me up. No Capo 2. You guys hit me up. I would like to get you guys in a Hall of Fame group. I appreciate you guys for joining the Hall of Fame tier. You guys are officially goated. Reach out to me. Tap in with me. I will get you guys in that Hall of Fame group. D&E MLV, Drago FC, Small Boxes, Bulletproof, Cheese, Worldwide Mace Television, and my man Moti Kenny. Salute to all the Hall of Famers. What you guys do for Players' Choice is spectacular. It's amazing, and we appreciate you guys for being Hall of Famers. You guys help the show out tremendously. All right, Flash Orion said Luka is not in best in the world talks. SGA, Jokic, better. And Wemby clears defensively, and we have to stop acting like Wemby's offense, just so much worse. Wemby impacts offense more positively than Luka, most overrated player of all time.
I don't care about the Luka hate part of that. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it's out the realm of possibility that Wemby's the best player in the world. I don't think that's out the realm of possibility.
Also, I just want to cap off something that we were talking about earlier. 22 of this last draft. If I rank out all the minutes played for all the rookies in this past year's draft, of the 22 top minute getters, 20 are American born. Ben Seraph is not one of them. There's a player on his team named Drake Powell who is plenty ass, who gets more minutes than him, who's gotten more minutes than him.
Drake Powell better than Ben Seraph.
They're both terrible. You're debating.
To be fair, they're all in like the bottom 4 on the roster.
They're horrible. They're all horrible. But I'm trying to tell you, Drake Powell has played more.
Hey, Mars, I bet you some though. I bet you Drake Powell be out the league for Ben Seraph.
Oh wait, I lied. Nolan Traore.
I will bet you that.
19 out of 22. My bad. I missed Nolan Traore. My bad.
Yeah, how dare you forget my goat?
Yegor Diemen, Maxime Renault, Nolan Traore. They're your European privileged players. There you go.
I think you make this conversation more than what it needs to be, just because you just might take offense to what I said. And there's no need for you to take offense to what I said, to be honest with you, because I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm just, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But that's, okay, just like I feel, Penn, you're entitled to the way you feel. I'm entitled to the way that I feel. I'm probably a lot closer to the situation than you are, though, by the way. So that's why I feel a certain. You didn't even know Israel was in Europe. How are you close to any situation?
Oh my!
What are you
doing? First of all, I never said that Israel was in Europe. You said that. Okay. I never said that. I was just referring to the Euro. My friend plays for Hapoel Tel Aviv. What are you talking about?
Shout out to Motley, man.
I obviously know where it's at. What are you talking about? They were in the Euro Cup. That's why I brought it up, because they were in the Euro Cup.
Dude, I'm just trying to tell you, this idea that Europeans get unearned opportunity in the NBA is not
okay. Actual. That's how you feel. That's fine. I feel how I feel. Let's move on, though.
We're definitely moving on.
Like, damn,
but we're not moving on too far.
How you feel?
We're moving on. We're moving on, but we're not moving on too far, because Quab sent through a super chat and said, Drenchman, think you could tell people what they should talk about? LOL. I find that funny. Penn, let the point go. Leave it alone. Jordan, you need to get a suspension.
Yeah, I guess, brother. Yeah, you know, I realized though, boy, people find ways to argue something that's nowhere near what we're talking about, but just for the gotcha moments. But you don't got me, because I don't care. Let's go.
All right, we're moving on again, but not too far from the point, because we got another super chat from Arthur Vieira. Shout out my man Arthur. Be tapped in the super chat. He's always, or be tapped in the regular chat, always conversing, always typing, and he just sent through a super chat, and he be locked in every episode. And I know he likes the video, unlike some of you other scam artists in the chat. However, my man Archer said, so a project like Antetokounmpo should have never been drafted. Right, Jordan? He's just a big guy who doesn't know shit.
What are we talking about? Like, what are we talking about, brother?
It's Artur.
He what?
It's Artur.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I just
Artur.
I say how I could say it is Artur.
Yeah, but I don't get what we're talking about with this.
Let us know, Artur. How we supposed to
Artur's my friend. How are you going to? I know Artur. We went to middle school together.
In Brazil, right?
In Brazil.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. We went to middle school together. That's my man's. Like, how you gonna tell me how to pronounce my friend's name?
Oh man. Hey, but I back to the Antetokounmpo point. What the fuck are we talking about with Antetokounmpo? But like saying Antetokounmpo is like I was
because
when I
this
first
is a frequent argument that people make of no American player would have been given the opportunity that Giannis Antetokounmpo was given.
Yeah, I did make the argument though.
Are we not watching Ace Bailey right now? He not been given opportunities? Sure, he's been given opportunities.
What do you mean by that, Ace Bailey? What do you mean by Ace Bailey?
I'm saying players who are not perfect basketball players and are analytically driving losses are being given huge opportunities. The same opportunity that was given to Giannis Antetokounmpo to run point before he was ready is the same opportunity they tried to give to Cooper Flagg. Unless you want to argue this is a white and European privilege, I don't really understand the point. There's plenty of
Cooper Flagg and Ace Bailey were more accomplished than Giannis Antetokounmpo coming out.
Sure, but there are projects.
They were also drafted higher for a reason.
Yeah. But I don't get your point. I don't get your point with this one. You lost me.
The point here is that if a player is talented, it doesn't really matter if they come from high school in America or they're coming from the lower ranks in Greece. Obviously, if Giannis's development was handled properly, we'd be talking about a very different level of player. But let's not act like Tyson Chandler, Eddie Curry, players out of high school who weren't perfectly developed. Kwame Brown.
Did you see Tyson Chandler in high school?
Yeah, I remember Tyson Chandler in high school, and he was going up against other high schoolers, and he was amazing. I remember that.
It was pretty amazing when he first got to the NBA too, though. Don't you think?
Tyson Chandler had a good career.
Tyson Chandler
I don't get what you're going at with this
as a rookie, is what I'm saying. But he was given a lot of opportunity. Opportunity he may not have earned had he gone to a veteran-laden team. My point is,
what do you mean he may not have earned it?
My point is, opportunity is given to skilled young basketball players as it should be. Giannis was given an opportunity. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I'm assuming you believe that he was given that opportunity because he's European, right?
No, I didn't. First of all,
you don't think that?
First of all, I said it's two things. One, I said that had somebody saw somebody as raw as Giannis and he was in America, they would have probably said he needed another year to stay wherever he was at, whether that's college or wherever he was at. They probably say he needed another year to develop him. But the fact that, and part of the reason why the NBA do that is because it's a business, and two, because they could sign with a club in Europe. Like, they could do that too, by the way. But Giannis coming out, I was a big fan of Giannis when he first touched down. I said that, and I'll call my best friend and he'll tell you. When I first saw him, I said, Giannis gonna be cold. I said that because he knew how to dribble, he knew how to play, and he was fast. Like, him being that big and that fast at that early on was damn near like a unicorn part of his game that we had seen let play in the NBA. So I'm also saying that had he been American, they would have said maybe he need another year, he need time to develop. They would have critiqued this game a little bit different. But we just tend to do this for EuroLeague players. This is what we tend to do because he came from like the second or third division in Greece. He wasn't even like on the top division. He was like in the third division. That's all I'm saying. That's a fair criticism. What do you want to say? Whether you want to say, oh, you're being biased, or not, that's a fair criticism. He's a raw talent coming from the third division in Greece, and he got drafted in the first round.
Would you say that Michael Kidd-Gilchrist was very raw?
I didn't like Michael Kidd-Gilchrist's game, but I understand what he did in college and how people took that as him being a great defender and all this other stuff. Like, it's accomplished. Like, we're in America, so we value what you do in college.
My point is, was Asar Thompson raw? was Aman-Ra.
Yeah, but
are we acting like? But this is my point. Giannis was drafted not because he was European. He was drafted because he was an insanely physically talented, gifted kid who had a great work ethic and great reviews. If any of those reviews had come back and said this kid's a head case, he doesn't work hard, he's not going first round. Bruno Caboclo was drafted the very next year for the same reasons, and he was Brazilian. I'll tell you right now, if Bruno Caboclo grew up in Orlando, still would have been drafted. Probably would have.
Disagree with you. I disagree with you.
Cool. Bruno Caboclo ended up being a pretty good EuroLeague player. He is absolutely a player who deserves to get.
What do you mean he ended up being? He just got cut. What are you talking about? I know Bruno Caboclo. Like he was just on the team with my homeboy. He got cut.
He ended up becoming a pretty good EuroLeague player.
He didn't even play that long in Europe.
All right, fellas. I got a $50 super chat from Can We Change Subject. Can we change subject?
Oh, that's his name?
Yeah. Can we change subject? Said Mars. How can Wemby be the best player in the world when Randall is better than him?
Who said that? Who said that? Who said Julius Randle was better than him?
Randle's also in those talks.
You said that, Chill?
He said that so long ago. Like,
so early on? If you said it early on, Chill. If you said it early on, Chill, it's cool. I understand it. Like, you know, Wemby being what he is right now, though, it's cool, though.
Did Chill take a vow of silence? Is that what happened?
Yeah, because you pissed him off when you said we don't know what he talking about with the Luka shit.
That's not why at all.
Me?
That's not.
I didn't even say that.
I'm clear. I'm sad. I don't know what I'm talking about. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into my 2006. I'm gonna go into my 2004 Kobe Bryant role, and I'm gonna pass the rock. That's what I'm gonna do. That's exactly what I'm gonna. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Don't manage to get Kobe slander in there.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Wait.
I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm sad. I don't know what I'm talking about. I say wild shit. So I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm a rotation guy now. So
you see what y'all did?
Who said that? Somebody in the chat. Somebody in the chat
did.
We done made Chill look canard, man.
Hey, somebody said in the chat, Chill. It don't even matter.
You see what y'all did?
I got it. Absolutely.
It don't even matter, Chill. If they said in the chat,
y'all did ruin the show now. You see what y'all did?
2008. We need you to come back.
Y'all got it. I'm rolling. I said I'm the one who said, by the way, that Julius Randle was better than Wemby. But go ahead, as you were saying, Ron.
We all had crazy takes.
I said that.
Some of us say stupid shit 3 times an episode. I certainly have said some crazy shit. So
you got it.
Yeah, I said the Celtics are 3-1 against the Pistons.
Hey, Mars, you might want to scrub your entire Twitter history clear of all the shit you said about Cam Thomas.
Oh, when I said he's one of the best offensive players in the world?
Yep.
That's the only thing I've said about him. Shit, it was true last year. Just sucked.
It really wasn't.
I think it was.
Y'all, before we get back to these super chats, there are a few topics that I do want to talk about. Things that are going on in the NBA currently. The first one that I want to talk about is that Paul George will be back tomorrow after serving a 25-game suspension for the NBA's anti-drug problem. He will be making his return against the Chicago Bulls. This is good news for the Sixers.
Ron, you
right?
do.
Yeah, and I want to let y'all know right now, I'm not letting nobody talk about my family ever again. So whatever y'all got to say about Paul George, keep it to yourself.
You do know
Paul George.
I just want to make
you related?
With having suspensions like this, like there's a limit. Like you could get kicked out of the league having suspensions like this. This isn't something that could just be ongoing. Now, if you end up having this again, which I don't anticipate Paul George having this again, but if you have stuff like this again, like this could be something that could get you kicked out the league.
Yeah, but it's not gonna happen again. Like I said, Chill. We pro Paul George over here.
I hope so.
Are y'all like y'all first cousins?
Third
cousins. Yeah, that's fair game.
We might be third cousins.
No. We share the same great grandmother.
That's pretty
my grandpa's last name is George. I'm dead ass serious.
Salute to the family, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Ideally for Philly, everyone's back by like the start of April, and you get like 3 or 4 games with them all together. That's the best case scenario for me.
All right. What's Embiid's timeline?
He's been working out on court. That's as far as you've got. So we'll see what that means for him. And then Maxi's probably still got like a week or so. So I don't know.
All right, well, we'll see. I'm anticipating that they will be healthy going into playoff time. I'm assuming that that's what they've been managing around. But we would just have to see when it comes to Philly. But Paul George is back, so we'll see him tomorrow, and we'll see what Philly's looking like. The next thing that I do want to talk about is Drench. I heard a rumor from an NBA executive that the Lakers, or that the NBA executives view the Lakers as the front runner for a potential earthquake trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo. I know you had told us that, and people said you were crazy about that, but maybe you were on to something.
Yeah, that's because maybe I know what I'll be talking about. I just let y'all get that off in a moment. You don't know. You know, it's cool. I just come back and I tell y'all I told you. But y'all gonna forget that I told y'all that. Just like I remember on the panel before Luka even got to the Lakers, I think when Swiper was saying Luka going to South Beach.
Yeah, I remember that.
I said, no, he probably going to the Lakers. Oh, no way.
I said he was going to the Lakers. Just a weird.
No, I said that too though, because I told y'all about
I said
anonymous. I told y'all about my anonymous source that I can't reveal his name. He was a scout for the Lakers at the time, and he told me they were going to get Luka Doncic or Giannis or both.
Chad, who said it first? Me, Drench, or Penn?
It's obviously me. I have video evidence of it, but whatever.
I'm pretty sure I got video evidence
talking
about Luka going to the Lakers and Giannis going to the Lakers.
Oh, Smallbox said it.
I can actually.
Oh, I'm gonna be honest. I ain't hear none of you guys say that. I think all you guys trying to take
crazy. See, look, real talk. Real talk said it. Real talk said. I'm telling you, I told y'all this a long time ago.
Real talk don't be knowing what he be talking about.
Hey, it's cool.
I don't think Real Talk's been right about something in like 3 weeks. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, Real Talk didn't even believe that they was gonna get Luka.
Bro, what is that time dude talking about? I've never said no shit like that, bro.
Oh, Time's back?
Yeah, we need to time his ass back out again, because bro, he just be saying anything. Bro, why would I don't even think about stuff like this.
To get to where I'm trying to go. Maybe Luka ain't never leaving Dallas, y'all. Will we stop this, please? He's staying in Dallas. It's not. I mean, we don't know. We don't know what the future brings. You know, chill. Maybe he ain't going to Miami.
Wow.
Wow. You sold yourself.
My bad.
It's over. We don't get to hear it
anymore. You had an opportunity. You had one opportunity to victory lap, and you sold the bag.
Turn it over at the
That's crazy.
Oh man.
He was it was probably some bullshit ass Scotty Barnes video too. It's probably some bullshit he was doing.
Almost. You were so
That's
close
what
to yes so far. But let's go ahead and get into the next thing that we need to get into. Hold on. Before we do anything, Giannis to the Lakers.
For you to have finished that, Penn, to be quite honest with you.
It's over. It's over.
It's over with. You get one time to prove yourself. It's over with.
We'll never know. I'm not listening. We'll never know.
Yeah, mute that, Ron. We on to talking about Giannis to the Lakers. We on to talk about Giannis to the Lakers. I know back when I was saying this, when I was talking about this Giannis to the Lakers stuff, I know back then one of the things was enticing for Giannis is Giannis wants to get into movies. I don't know if y'all see him. I don't know if y'all seen him on commercials lately, right? But Giannis wants to get in those type of movies too. That was another thing that was enticing to him. So just saying. So if you hear that, just know I told you that too.
He could make a movie in Minnesota.
Hell nah.
They have good movie studios over
there. Somebody said, what's the trade? I have no idea what the trade is. I just know the Lakers can get anything done in the world. They like the CIA, boy. They can get anything done in the world. They don't need to be no
it's gonna be DeAndre
right
8 and then a second and they'll get
yeah, they can literally do whatever they want to do. I don't know. The Lakers, the Dodgers, the Yankees, anything in the world can be done with them. Anything. So
all right, fellas. The next the next topic that I got for you guys, aside from Giannis potentially going to the Lakers, last but not least, before we get into this, is I got to give a shout out to Darius Acuff. He signed a signature shoe deal with Reebok. He made history. He is the first, well, he'll be the first Arkansas freshman to sign a shoe deal with Reebok, and he's the first NCAA men's player to land a signature shoe deal with a major U.S. brand while still in college.
And he can't even wear it yet. So that's so crazy. The brother can't put them shoes on his feet.
No, that's still a big deal though. Shout
out it is. No, it is. I rock. I'm gonna give me some A cuffs. I gotta give me some A cuffs. I don't know if he's gonna go be under the Allen Iverson label or if he's gonna get his own. Did it say signature shoe or just signature
signature shoe?
Okay, well he should get his A cuffs. I'm rocking with if I ain't signing no deals by then, I'm gonna be rocking them A cuffs. I'm gonna let y'all know that right now. Y'all see me with the Nike on right now, but hey. I will make people go to a bidding war for Dredger Man, not the French man. Chill. Yeah, just letting you know. Hey, brother. I just saying, but I will be putting them A cuffs on. I rock with Darius Acuff. I don't know why people be hating when I say he played just like Trey Burke. He definitely played like Trey Burke.
He better than Trey
I don't
Burke.
know. Sure, he could be better than Trey Burke or whatever. Y'all looking at Trey Burke NBA career. Trey Burke in college.
I'm thinking of Trey Burke at Michigan. But even then, though, Trey Burke was getting Iverson comparisons too. Part of it was because the braids and the look and stuff like that. But Trey Burke got a lot of Iverson comparison too, and that's
undersized guard
that can score. Bit of that. But man, Acuff, bro, the way I don't care how he scores. To be honest, I'm gonna just put this out there. I don't care how he scores.
He scores good. What's wrong with the way he scores?
I'm not saying, because what I'm saying is kind of to bring it back to the efficiency thing. It doesn't matter the way he's scoring. He's doing it efficiently. I don't care if he's shooting logo threes. I don't care if he's shooting with his eyes closed. I don't care if he's shooting hook shots. He's doing it so efficiently from every single level that it's ridiculous. Once again, I'm gonna keep saying this. At some point, production has to matter. And the way he's able to make those tough shots, because he's not just shooting easy shots. You don't just shoot easy shots in the SEC when defenses are honing in on you and you're averaging 23 points. So for him to be able to do that at the rate that he does it, at the efficiency that he does it, with defenses locking in on him, and he's able to get his teammates off, he's number 2 on my draft board right now.
Also, I think I don't know if he's number 2.
Your draft board changes daily. I like it.
Because these dudes be balling more. It's like they.
I like it. You be giving them all day flowers. I like it. I will say this
about Darius Acuff. I'll say this about Darius Acuff. He gets a lot more separation on. He get a lot of clean looks on his jump shot. Like his jump shots, he get a lot of clean looks, which I like about it. I think the most difficult thing he does is finish through traffic. Like he do some good finishes for him not to be that athletic. That he makes those finishes. He understand the game well too. Like he's not out there just like hunting. He understand the game well. He pick his spots well. His defense is, to Mars' point, he is gonna have a problem with that on that end, but he'll also give people some buckets on the offensive end. I don't know if I'll take him 2. I don't know if I'll take him top 5, but Darius Acuff is a player. I do think Darren Peterson is better than him, but Darius Acuff is a dude. Like he's gonna be a good scorer. Just depends on the situation though. Like it really depends on what situation he's handed to, what situation he goes to.
Shooter. He shoots 40. He's such a good shooter. He's like 44% on his threes on very decent volume. And when I think about other players who've had these similar concerns, Cam Thomas, Keontae George, guys like this, they just weren't anywhere close to the shooters that he was. If Cam Thomas was a 40% three-point shooter, I guarantee you Cam Thomas has a job right now.
No, maybe, but the way Acuff and Cam Thomas scored is totally different. Cam Thomas just scores it awkwardly. Like his shit is just super awkward. He holds the ball a little bit too long. Darius Acuff is more uniform. Like Darius Acuff can get his buckets without slowing the offense down. Cam Thomas basically get that shit and stop the ball. Acuff be coming off already right now. Acuff is elite at the screens. At coming off ball screens, Acuff is elite at that already. And that's something that I really, really like. And I hope he goes to a situation where they put him in more situations where he can utilize those ball screens and not just say, well, you average this much in college, be a one-on-one scorer. And it's like, no, give him the same looks he was getting in college. Like he's a one-on-one scorer, but he's really good off ball screens.
This draft, that's 2026 draft, of all the drafts that you've covered, where would you have this draft? Miles, you can chime in on this too.
It could be number 1. It could be number 1 or number 2, somewhere like that. Because I've been covering the draft since 2000 actually.
Sure. So
2001. So I was covering the draft when I was 14 years old, building little websites on it.
Sure.
And
them websites are trash, huh? At 14, you should be saying people say anything at 14.
Mars, where would you since you've been covering the draft, Mars, where would you put this draft in particular? This one.
I'm not as expensive as Penn. I probably stick to like the top prospects. I can't
Sure.
do a whole draft board, but at the top, it's probably off the top of my head. It's probably top 3. In terms of just the top end talent.
Deep man, the back end talent too.
I'm not saying it isn't. I know what I do. I just look at I focus on the top prospects.
I'm assuming 2021 and 2003 are the only ones that you're putting in that conversation, or are you putting the Wemby draft just because of Wemby?
21 Wemby is the only generational prospect other than LeBron that I think has probably had. Yeah, I'll consider KD generational, maybe Anthony Davis, maybe, but like Wemby and LeBron is the two. I wasn't as high on Zion.
Okay.
But like, so Wemby and Bron being generational, that does a lot of heavy lifting for a draft. 23 could be in that group. 21 with what I viewed of Mobley, Cade, Jalen Green. I liked Scotty Barnes. I did like Jalen Suggs. I thought Jalen Suggs was cool. That could be up there. Wemby obviously being up there. I like Scoot as well. Wasn't that big on Brandon Miller, but I like Scoot. Amen Thompson was someone I liked. Asar was someone I liked. Then you have a draft. You had Luka and Trae Young in the draft. That was cool. I liked Marvin Bagley. That didn't want to go great, but I liked Marvin Bagley.
Does 2017 get any consideration? I think there's like 5 or 6.
I loved Markel. I liked Tatum. Lonzo was nice. Wasn't the biggest on Josh Jackson.
Fox.
Bam was in that draft.
Yeah,
in that draft.
Nice.
Was Bam in that
draft?
Yes,
Bam was 18 or was he 17? He was 17?
Yes. Donovan Mitchell was in that draft too, by the way.
Donovan Mitchell was in that draft.
There's been a few good ones, but for me, I look at a draft that has Cam, AJ, Caleb, Darren, Darius is really nice. Kingston is really nice. Michael Brown is nice. There's names in this draft, man. Like you could go down like 8, 9, 10 and get some. Yaxel is nice. He's older, so I don't know.
Yaxel got skills. He like Christian.
Yeah,
Wood.
I don't know if he's gonna get love because he's older, but I think he's good.
He should, bro. He remind me of Christian Wood so much, bro.
The reason why I'm asking this question, the reason why I was asking this question, because Ron is huge on Acuff. Well, I say that to say, Ron, you take him at 2. This gotta work. Like we can't be in year 4 and we're still trying to figure out who this dude is. This dude got to turn.
Ron, that Michigan kid getting drafted too, by the way. He ended the draft. They say he might go
chill.
17.
He's not going to. Someone will get fired before that pick was even made.
The Kings. You know they love to
the Kings will do that. Hey, but Ron, your boy coming out. I know you didn't want him to come out. He coming out, Ron.
Who?
The Mexican kid.
Oh, Kareem Lopez?
Yeah, he for sure. They say he might be top 15.
I mean, he when you're a lottery pick, like you should come. But my thing is, I'm just like, I can look at this year's draft and the landscape, and you can look at mock drafts and just presume that you're probably not going to go. So they have him as the 11th rated prospect. So let's just say he went 11. You can look at next year and see who's going to be in there, and obviously guys can come out next year and ball and jump on draft boards and stuff like that. But automatically, he would be a top 5 pick automatically. With just these guys going in that next group coming in. So like that's just the only thing I'm saying is like play the long game sometimes. Like
he like 6'8". He like 6'8".
Point guard.
Yeah. They said he will probably be the first Mexican picked in the lottery ever. That's pretty impressive. That's pretty.
They've been hanging their hat on Juan Toscano, so they get Lopez.
So
shout outs to Eduardo.
The reason why I
remember that guy.
Yeah, go ahead, Chill. Make your point, Chill.
The reason why I said that, Ron, is because how many guys do we have in this draft, just from 1 to let's say 8, that you could build your unit around, possibly?
I mean, theoretically, it's all 8 of them. Theoretically, in best case scenario, but chill. This is my thing.
There's 30 teams in the league, yo.
No,
Pin. 8 franchise players.
Pin. Just check me out. We're not saying that it's 8 franchise players. What I'm saying is theoretically, if we're just thinking of guys' ceilings and they become the best that they could be, like if Nate Amit becomes super Nate Amit, Okay, you're looking at that.
I don't see the vision with him at all.
But I'm saying, though, here's the thing, though. We're projecting that all of these guys are going to, like, you draft somebody hoping that they're going to be the best version of themselves.
Bro.
My thing is, with Darius Acuff, I think that his ceiling is solid, extremely solid, and I think it's a high ceiling. So with that being said, I'm like,
Ron, you draft this kid at 2, he got to turn into Chris Paul. You know why? Because if Darius, hell yes, Mars. You know why? Because if this kid Peterson turns into Anthony Edwards, if this kid if this kid that's playing at Duke, if he turns into an All-Pro, and we still in year 4, and we're trying.
And if they don't, then it's fine.
Okay, but the difference.
Oh, you lost Joe.
The one time he gets to cook, Ron
Joe is frozen.
Welcome
back. There you go.
You guys are telling me.
Chill, you froze. Chill, you got to start over again.
Okay, what I said was that you guys were telling me that this is one of the 3 best drafts, Mars, since you've been covering it. And in the last 26 years, this might be the best draft that you've covered. With that being said, these first 5 guys are almost near misses. These first 5 guys, which means that at number 2, I gotta get this right. Because if I get this wrong, and the guy at number 3, and the guy at number 3 turns into Dwayne Wade, the guy at number 4 turns into Chris Bosh, the guy at number 5 turns into, I don't know, one of the better power forwards in the game, and I'm in year 4, and Acuff is Scoot Henderson, I'm getting fired, Ron.
But chill,
you don't want to be the one who passes on James Harden for Hashim to
chill. You're 100% right. You're 100% right. But here's also my thing too, though. It could be the opposite. You could choose Darren Peterson, and everything that you've been seeing can persist and be the same thing. And the things that you banked on just didn't come through. The shot making didn't translate. The handle didn't really translate. And he turns out to be what's his name from Kansas? The other dude from Kansas, Ben McLemore. Yeah, he turns into be Ben McLemore, and then Darius Acuff goes and turns on to be a baby Chris Paul. I'm saying, so the same thing can happen. My thing is, I'm analyzing everything. And my thing is, I'm analyzing the eye test. Yes, Darren Peterson, the eye test is amazing. The shot making is amazing. When it's all clicking,
oh yeah,
Darren Peterson is ridiculous. Yes,
he damn near took over that game against he almost took over that game against St. John's. Yeah, at the end, he started putting his head down and said, "It ain't shit you can do with my foot speed to get to the basket." He
started the game good, disappeared in the middle, closed it well.
And he did that the previous game too. He started off, he went 0 for 6, and it was like, And the thing about it is, he wasn't even playing bad in those 6 shots. He was just missing chippies. But then he started hitting shit. He started hitting step backs. He started getting to the mid range. Started getting to the hoop. I'm saying Darren Peterson is nice. This is no knock on Darren Peterson, but I have to tax you for the flaws that I'm seeing. You can't finish games. You're not playing some games. You're already load managing. It's some things that are suspect. The defense is suspect.
Kyrie Irving played 10 games.
But is
Kyrie Irving is damn near generational. Kyrie Irving is damn near generational.
No disrespect to Darren. I think Darren a hell of a prospect. Kyrie is a different level.
That he damn near generational. Like real talk, he damn near generational. I saw Kyrie Irving game 1 of Duke, chill, and I said he was gonna be the number 1 pick.
I'm gonna be honest. If you go, it's
not even close.
If you go watch Kyrie at Duke games, possessions, whatever.
Game one,
and I mean this with all due respect to Kyrie, because we know what he's become. We know how great he was. Kyrie, I don't think is as good as he should have been, based on what I saw it. Yeah, Kyrie, in my opinion, based on what you can see at Duke, Kyrie should have been better than what he was, and what he became is amazing.
He should have been generational.
That's how good of a prospect Kyrie was, in my opinion. He was
Kyrie. I'm not even kidding with Kyrie. Kyrie, when you were just talking about Wemby and Bron, Kyrie was supposed to be that too. Only reason why people wouldn't say that because of his size. But when you look at the skill set and what Kyrie Irving was doing, he should have been a generational talent. He should have been a generational talent. And he still damn near is. He damn near is still.
I mean, you can say he's the most skilled player ever. That's the thing you can say. It's like,
huh?
He actually was a generational talent.
That's what I'm saying. Kyrie, it's just he's hurt. He's smaller than most people, but Kyrie is a generational dude, bro. You can't say that about and that's why I agree with Ron as far as the tax, as far as me taxing you, and I need to stick to my guns on this, and I'll double down and I'll back you on this, Ron, because when we drafting people, we need to consider how much they win and how much, the impact on the team, not just based off of skill. I'm looking at Darius Acuff, skill for skill. I think Darren Peterson is better than Darius Acuff. But I do kind of have to I do got to agree with you with Ron as far as like you don't finish games. You know, you got something, you got injury issues. You know what I mean? Whatever the case it may be.
Be a strategy.
Yeah, and it is. It's cool. But Darius Acuff is we watch him in the thick and
that's a
thin of the
strategy
game.
I don't want on my team, though. I don't want you strategizing whether you're going to play or not.
I
don't want
Acuff
that.
is like in the thick and thin of this though, Ron. Like Darius Acuff is in the thick and thin, and when we down, he performs. When we up, he performs. The game is close, we performing. So I feel like you got to take that into consideration. Me personally, I wouldn't just because the stigma of a small guard, and maybe I would based on if I was the GM, because I could probably manufacture a team that I think could fit Darius Acuff. But at the end of the day, me thinking like the GMs now, I understand why you would pick Darren Peterson before him. But
Jordan,
do think they need to start taxing guys on accomplishments. Like, did you win? Like, what environment were you in? Like, I do think that stuff needs to start mattering.
Jordan, I want to ask you though, what skills, and I'm not talking about attributes, because Darren Peterson is obviously taller. He can finish over the rim more than Acuff.
He's faster too, though.
I don't think he's faster than Acuff.
I don't know, bro. That boy, you can't keep up with his foot speed.
Aside from that, though, because he might be Darren Peterson, he'd be moving. Aside from that, though, what skills does he have that's better than Acuff that have translated and you can see production wise? He's not a better shooter. He's not better in the mid range. I don't even think he's better at the basket than Darren Peterson. Like Acuff doesn't have a better handle. He's not a better passer.
No correlation between winning in college and being a good pro. There's very little correlation.
I mean, it's context to it, but sure. I mean, I can make the argument. It's context to a lot of stuff.
Like Adam Morrison was 29-4 at Gonzaga, and everyone thought he was Larry Bird. He ended up sucking. Your third cousin, Paul George, I think was 15-18 at Fresno State, and he ended up being an all-star. My point is, context matters a lot here.
Context matters to it.
Like in the top 10, to answer your question, like if you take Darius Acuff number 2, he better turn into Chris Paul. He absolutely better.
He don't got to turn into Chris Paul.
This kind of draft, how many generations?
So what does Darren Peterson have to turn into? If you draft Darren Peterson 2, what does he have to turn into? Because the same thing applies to him.
I'm glad you said that, Ron, because I'm sorry, Pinky. It's a different philosophy with the draft. In my opinion, again, the further up you go in the draft, the more you have to think about maximum upside. The further up you go.
Yes.
The lower down you go, you have to think about floor. You have to consider the floor a lot more.
Darren Peterson has to
what
turn
I'm
into
saying. Darius Acuff has a better floor than Darren Peterson.
I don't agree with that.
No, I don't agree with that.
Ceiling, I think it's different.
You're missing my point.
All right, y'all.
Okay, if
Darius Acuff can't play defense at the next level, how good he is offensively is going to be quite inconsequential.
His floor is already okay. You're missing my point. In the ceiling argument of LeBron James versus Carmelo Anthony, LeBron has the infinitely higher ceiling, right?
Okay.
But given what we just watched Carmelo Anthony do, right, at Syracuse, you could argue Melo might have the higher floor. He's proven a lot. He's going to be a rotation player come hell or high water. He's already probably a more polished scorer coming out of Syracuse than LeBron was coming out of high school, but LeBron had the higher ceiling. Consider it again with Dwight, with another big time debate we had in 2004, Dwight Howard and Emeka Okafor. Emeka had the higher floor. Dwight had the higher ceiling. You have to consider ceiling a lot more in the top 10. Yes. But once you move past the top 10, you start getting to 12, 15, 18. You can start thinking about the floor a lot more. What I don't like is teams that think about the floor too high in the draft. Because the way I look at it is, at the top of the draft, the benefit of doing well at the top is higher than the consequence of doing poorly.
I can get with that. But
right,
to your point,
it is an asset. It's a huge asset. You could miss it. You could mess it up. You could get Darko Milicic. You can get Kwame Brown. You can get one of those guys. You can get Markelle Fultz, and you're kicking yourself.
Sure.
But I would argue Jason Tatum has done more for the Celtics than Markelle Fultz has created harm, if that makes sense. So getting it right is worth more than not getting it right, if that makes sense. Right?
Essentially what you're saying is if Markelle Fultz didn't set Philly back 10 years by losing by missing
exactly.
But to Mars's point, even if he is not very good, even if he isn't very good as a defender, right, Mars? Let's just say for the sake of argument, he's a below average defender. If I'm going that high with him, his ass better be Damian Lillard on offense. His ass better be that good.
You mentioned Damian Lillard, you mentioned Chris Paul. You mentioned Damian Lillard, you mentioned Chris Paul. Number one, neither one of those guys went top 3. That's one point. Number two, he could beat Chris Paul. What?
Dame was 22.
Yeah.
No, I get it. And Steph Curry didn't go top 3 either. But they're in line.
He's older too, though.
He was
had he been 18, he probably would have won 1. But fuck it.
He was 18 and had the tournament he had in like 08.
Yeah, he would have won 1.
Right, but then he'd be a completely different player. I think my point here is you could beat Chris Paul or Damian Lillard in today's NBA. It wouldn't mean the same thing because you're coming into a bigger league. You are coming into a league now. Darius Acuff is listed at 6'3". I will guarantee you, Cho, he is not 6'3". If you watch him, he definitely closer to 6'1".
With shoes only 6'3". That's what I'm rolling with.
I don't think that necessarily matters.
We'll see his official measurements around draft time. He's a small guard in my mind.
If he's like,
I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters with him except on the defensive end.
I mean, I have a problem. To me, I don't know. This is maybe I don't know if we have time for like the nuance of it. Size inherently to me isn't the problem. It's the downfalls that tend to come with being small, but you can avoid them. Chris Paul is a small guard, but he didn't have the disadvantages that a small guard had. He could guard multiple positions. He was able to leverage his strength and use that as an advantage. So him being small wasn't a problem. Being a small guard is only a problem insofar as you have the downfalls of being a small guard. And Darius Acuff, in my opinion, is one of the worst defenders in the country. Not just for a draft prospect, not just compared to Darren Peterson. His defense is egregious.
Yeah.
And that's at the college level.
What's the best thing about his defense? Is there anything good?
No,
I think he's awful too. Believe me, I
couldn't find a redeeming.
Is there any effort? Is there? Because I've
not really.
I've watched him, and bad track, bad motor, bad physique.
He plays very upright on defense. He dies on screens. He has no effort in recovery to get back into play. Very often, when shot goes up, he's just walking around looking to get the ball off the rebound or whatever. There's not going to be much effort in boxing now. He's not going to force a bunch of turnovers on or off ball. There's literally no redeeming qualities as a defender, like none. And anytime he tries to give effort on defense, he tends to foul. Like he genuinely has no redeeming qualities on defense. And that's at college. If I'm thinking in the NBA, that means I'm looking at you like, especially year one, that's a Keontae George, Cam Thomas, Bob Carrington level defender. And to me, that means year one, he's guaranteed to bleed value. Guaranteed. Because no matter how good you are offensively, if you're going to be the worst defender in the league caliber, you're probably going to be hurting your team while you're out there. Absolutely. And then you have to hopefully by the end of your rookie contract, you become one of the best offensive players in the sport, and you can become just a regular bad defender. Below average would be an achievement, in my opinion, from what I've seen from Darius Acuff. No. If he can just be a 4 out of 10 on defense, that might be best case scenario for me, from what I've seen. So he has to be, in my opinion, the ceiling has to be.
He could be 4
Jalen Brunson, Damian Lillard, Kyrie Irving offense in order to justify this, in my opinion.
I don't know if to your
he
point,
could be 9 out of 10 offensively.
I don't know if I'm willing to bet on that though, Mark. That's my
and he could still be worse than Caleb Wilson and Cam Boozer. My point is,
like,
you cannot pick this guy top 4.
For me. But I do think the ceiling, I agree with Ron that the ceiling, I do think he has a high ceiling because of what he potentially could be offensively. I haven't seen a freshman point guard this poised in college basketball who's this productive. I haven't seen it. I'm with Ron on that. I'm with all of the Darius Acuff fans in terms of the offensive upside. I do think there are some things that you could look at in college and be like, how much separation does he create as a driver? Is he going to get clean looks at the rim? How much of his rim?
He get clean looks at his jump shot though, Mars. He get clean looks.
I agree, but he's also like a 40% mid-range shooter. So do you want that to come along a bit better?
Markelle as a college player, is that kind of similar?
He's not bad. He's not better.
Is it similar though?
To me, Markel's clearly the best. Markel was
way more athletic.
Markel played defense. He had better physical tools, and offensively, he had no holes as a scorer.
And he was
Darius, as an intermediate guy in the mid-range, he's still a bit lackluster. Markel's biggest flaw as a scorer was that he couldn't make free throws. Like that's really it. But like Markel could play with the 1 and the 2. He had the positional size. He played defense. Markel was a different level of guard.
So to use that example, imagine if Markel was 3 inches shorter, a little bit less,
and didn't have a
lengthy,
6'10" wingspan.
and didn't have a 6'10" wingspan, and was like 25% worse on offense.
It's not 25%.
I wouldn't say 25. I'd say like 15% worse on offense.
I don't even think it's 15.
15% worse on offense.
Keep in mind too.
And way worse.
Keep in mind too. Darius Acuff has another 20-point per game scorer on his team. He just has a better team overall.
He got Billy on his team too. Don't forget Billy on his team.
I mean, to be fair, what Markel was dealing with Lynn Washington, I don't like the fact that he was even able to plug the numbers.
Shout out David Chris though, but he was playing with David Chris and Matisse Thybulle.
Yeah, like that team sucked. And Markel was averaging like 25 in conference play.
Like Noah Dickerson too.
Like Markel was going crazy that year, and like
shout out Matisse Thybulle though, Ron. Don't do that though. Shout out Matisse Thybulle.
No, not then. Nah, that was freshman Matisse.
Right.
Yeah.
But like,
I think he was a sophomore that year.
That might be sophomore.
No, he was a junior.
He was a junior. Markel was here.
I just like you have to look at how big guards are.
Markel was a senior because he came out with Markel, right?
No, he came out in like 2019.
So often,
so he came out a couple years after Markel.
Yeah, he came out like a couple. He might have been a sophomore then.
Chill,
but Markel was different in college to me. He was different.
Like you see how often the NBA Finals influences the draft. Sometimes,
yes, I do.
Like the playoffs. When we see the playoffs, I think it's what guys are thinking about is the teams that are in the lottery. They're thinking about a guy that they're really obsessed with. They're thinking about AJ DeBosa, Cam Boozer, Darius Acuff, Nate Ament. They're thinking about these guys, and then they're watching the playoffs. They're seeing the highest level of basketball, and they're probably trying to think, where does this guy fit into this series? Where could I see this guy doing? Who reminds me of this guy? And I think what we are going to say is if he's your starting point guard, who is he guarding? Who is he guarding on the Pistons? Is he guarding Cade? Is he guarding Asar?
He don't necessarily have to. He can probably guard Asar. Shit.
No, because Asar is going to beat him down the court, and he's going to dunk over him every single time. You have to guard somebody. And my point is this, and this goes to Cam Thomas as much as it goes to Trae Young, as much as it goes to literally any pylon on defense. The amount of value you need to provide offensively to justify your existence on a roster at this point is getting higher. We can't hide you in the corner anymore because we don't have stationary shooters. We have movement shooters. We have active cutters. We have more dynamic offense than we had 15 to 20 years ago. We have bigger wings, bigger guards, bigger bigs. Everybody's bigger. So when you now 6 feet tall, like a Fred VanVleet or Kyle Lowry, you better be busting your ass on defense. You better be providing me spacing out to about 30 feet. You better be super not turnover prone.
He doesn't really turn it over, to be fair.
Yeah, well, he's awesome offensively, but sell me on the idea of picking him over Kingston Fleming's on a floor or ceiling argument. I
would agree with you on that one, but I will say at the same time, we got to give credit to Darius Acuff, bro. Like guys just figure that shit out. Like and to the point of you brought up Fred VanVleet and Kyle Lowry. In college, those guys wasn't the best defenders either, though, by the way. Like sometimes situations turn them into defenders. Like those guys wasn't the greatest defenders.
They weren't bad defenders.
Fred VanVleet wasn't really a bad defender. From what I
No, he wasn't, but he wasn't a defender he is in the NBA for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But like me, like I would say Fred VanVleet was a good defender. He went to Wichita State, right?
Yeah,
I would say Fred VanVleet was this is how bad I think Darius Acuff is on defense. I think he's worse on defense than Trae Young was at Oklahoma. That's how bad I think
Trae Young was really bad on defense, bro.
That's how bad I think Darius. And who did Arkansas play in the Sweet 16?
St. John's. No, they about to play Duke. They about to play Duke. Duke, right?
St. John's playing.
Nah, it's not Duke.
No, they're in the other.
Who Arkansas playing?
Who Duke about to play?
Hold
St.
on.
John's playing St. John's.
I'm pulling it up right now.
That's what I just said. Duke about to play. No, Duke about to play St. John's. Oh, you said Arkansas. Okay, my bad.
Arkansas is playing Arizona. They play Arizona.
Oh my, perfect.
That's gonna be a
that game. I'm not saying Darius is gonna have a bad game. I'm not saying Darius is gonna be bad offensively. Watch Darius Acuff on defense. Just like if you can watch the game for your entertainment. I'm not saying don't do that, but if you want to like just scout a prospect, watch Darius Acuff on defense, and you will see there's no redeeming qualities. You know what? Hopefully
he got his hands full. He got his hands full with Bradbury.
Hopefully he has a good defensive game.
Ain't he the best point guard
in the SEC? In the SEC, yeah.
Yeah, hopefully he can have a good defensive game, and then you guys can beat her on Monday. Like, oh, Mars.
I mean, in Big 12,
he had a good defensive game. But I have a strong inclination he's gonna suck again on defense. They might win the game. I'm not saying they won't, but just watch Darius Acuff on defense, and then envision how you view that at the NBA level. Where do you see him fitting in on a team defensively in the NBA, and how do you view a team having to build around that? That's all I'm saying. And I'm not saying he can't be a good player, because I still think the offensive ceiling can be good enough. That's how good I think he is offensively. I just think it's a big risk in the top 3 when we know we have Duren, Cam, AJ, Caleb, who I would say are safer picks with also extremely high ceilings. I just think Darius at best would probably have to go 5 in this draft. I would favor Kingston because I think he just more physical tools, better defensively. Even if I think Darius is a better offensive player,
more athletic too.
He is,
if you only think about ceilings, if you only think about best case scenario, to use Ron's, what was the word? Theoretically, people just be using the word theoretically to just get off a lot of bullshit, man. But theoretically, the highest upside possible. Who is the highest upside guy in this draft?
I mean,
AJ.
Come on, Pin.
Me too. I think that too.
We could kind of move on after AJ. From here on out, we should be talking about after the number 1 pick. I think at this point, AJ is solidified.
This is not a settled debate for most people. It's been settled for me for 2 years. It's not settled for a lot of people. A lot of people still trying to argue.
I think he's got a ridiculous upside. But go ahead. I'm sorry, Pin.
Caleb Wilson?
Me too. I agree.
From North Carolina.
I think Caleb has an insane upside.
Chill, don't he remind you of KG?
He actually reminds me of KG with a splash of Paul George in there. That's what he.
Yeah, a little bit. Look, I don't know about PG. But I see KG
and Paul George.
Paul George hybrid. He don't go number 1.
You better take
I see KG. I see KG and Amari Stoudemire a little bit. But
I mean, a
Caleb
mixture
nice,
of
bro.
bro.
That shit he do on the defense.
His athleticism is generational.
And his defensive awareness. Is on
That's where the Paul George thing comes in.
And also, think about the future of the league. That's another thing you got to think about is where's the league going in 5-6 years? Who are the players that are coming up? And how does this guy stack up against those guys? I could unleash this guy on pretty much every player you're thinking about being MVP for the next 15 years. And that's going to be a defensive stopper who gives me high motor. Caleb Wilson, you better be so sure when you pick Cam Boozer over Caleb Wilson, because that is one decision that's probably going to bite someone in the ass. I'm just saying there's a debate on always upside. I think you have to go with talent, upside, work ethic. These are the non-negotiables at the top of the draft. I could worry about metrics and stuff. I can worry about if a guy's arms are 2 inches too short. Shout outs to Marvin Bagley. I could wonder if a guy is maybe not laterally super quick like Luka. But I can't debate the talent. And chill, you basketball player, talent when you see talent. Darius Acuff, hella talented. But there will be physical limitations that will stop him in the NBA, in my opinion. And small guards, especially if he measures out 6'1" in shoes, I don't think they have the same advantages in the NBA with the wider angles. I think a wing like AJ and a big wing, big adjacent wing even Cam Thomas, Cam Boozer, Caleb Wilson. I think these guys are going to have hella advantages in the NBA. They're going to be, I think AJ is going to be, here's a hot take. I think AJ is going to be a better NBA player than he was a college player.
Man.
I've seen that.
I mean, that's why I would need him to be the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
Right.
He was amazing in college, though.
He was. But
so if he just
wasn't better than Cam Boozer in college.
Well, I think he's going to be better than Cam Boozer in the pros. And I think he's going to be better than AJ.
Yeah, that's
in the right situation.
But that's my point. In order to take AJ number 1, you have to believe he'll be better in the pros than in college. Because if it's just based on, who's take that college,
I mean better relative to competition. I mean better relative to their competition. So right now, you could say he's a top 3 player in collegiate basketball. Is that fair? Top 4?
Sure. Oh, AJ?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
For sure.
Definitely top 5.
So I would say that's pretty much what he's going to be in the NBA or better. I think he'll be a top 3, top 4 player. Honestly, man, I
think that's possible.
I was struggling. Chill. I covered the draft.
Yeah.
2003 LeBron James, and then Victor Wembanyama 2023.
Yep.
Apart from those 2 players, I am really struggling to find a single player in the last 25 years that I would definitively take over AJ DeBonsa. I cannot get over.
You wouldn't definitively have taken Anthony Davis?
Honestly, Penn, I would definitively take Cooper Flag over AJ DeBonsa. Like,
I don't know about that one.
Hell no.
Either.
Bro, y'all are
But
tripping.
Penn's been on this train. He said if Cooper,
I know
AJ
he
was
is. I know he
drafted,
said
he
that.
was picking AJ.
But y'all are tripping with
this
Cooper
2
Flag,
years
bro.
ago.
Y'all are tripping.
Cooper's
It's
awesome.
like
Con is
it's
awesome.
hard.
Cooper's supposed
What?
to be in his class, by the way. You know that, right? Cooper's supposed to be in his class.
Yeah, but he was just young enough to where he
I'm
could have
definitely
gone
not
into the
taking
NBA
AJ
before
DeBonta
then.
over Dwight Howard.
Yeah,
I'm
no, he
definitely
he
not
actually reclassed up though.
Every
Cooper
time.
Flag actually reclassed up.
I'm
Yeah, but that's what
absolutely
I'm saying.
not
But
taking AJ DeBonta over Dwight Howard.
he was young
I'm not.
enough to where he was draft eligible last year.
Yeah,
whereas
yeah,
AJ
yeah.
and them wouldn't have been.
Right,
So
right,
it's
right, right.
just a birthday thing. He was born in December. They're born in January. It's just
Yeah,
the
but I'm
month
just saying,
apart,
I'm just saying on that EYBL level, because you know Cooper Flag, like he was doing that shit on the I think 15 or 16U, no 16U. He was dominating that shit, and they was like, "Why is he playing that?" That motherfucker reclassed up and dominated that shit too. I'm telling y'all, like, bro, Cooper Flag, y'all
Cooper's like
tripping
that in
with
high school. Yeah, Cooper's like that.
bro,
in
y'all
high school.
tripping. Cooper
Cooper
Flag,
like
even
that
in the
in the
NBA, like just seeing Cooper in the NBA, like y'all tripping, bro. Like,
Yeah,
that
but that
dude-
doesn't but just because Coop's in the NBA doesn't mean I don't think AJ could have been good in the NBA this year in terms of production.
I'm okay with that too, but I'm just saying, like, Cooper damn near is polishing in the NBA. Like, year one, picking it up the way he picking it up.
Yeah, he's better than I thought he'd be offensively.
Jordan, you said he's polishing. I don't even think Cooper scratched the surface.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm telling y'all. Like, y'all
Cooper's
tripping with that one,
figuring
bro.
things out. Like,
You think his ceiling's higher than AJ?
Yeah.
Damn near.
based on what we've seen?
Is he going
Damn near.
It's hard to say no just because we had the 50-point game, or was it what? How much did he score? 49.
49, yeah.
You guys
it's hard
to
say no.
You guys are gonna roast me for this. I feel like Cooper Flag. I know I said the Magic Johnson thing, Mars, because I saw that as a rookie. But if I'm being honest with you, watching him as the defender that he is and as the wing player that he is, I feel like he is going to be what Andre Karolinko could have been.
That's a good comparison, but I think Cooper Flag a little bit more skilled than Andre Karolinko. Well, way more skilled than Andre Karolinko.
That's who I think.
I don't know if he can. I don't know if he's gonna be that defender though, Andre Karolinko.
Yeah, Karolinko was.
To be honest with you, Moss, I think he could be that good as a defender. I think
that's two guys are 6'9", play in the Western Conference, have long arms, and happen to be white. I don't see it. He's nowhere
Let's not
near.
disrespect how good Karolinko was.
By the way, Penn, please let's not do that.
No, Karolinko was an amazing defender, but
I'm with Penn.
It's
It's
so
two
much
different
better
players,
offensively.
Cooper's way better than Karolinko offensively.
I think Cooper has more in common with guys like Paul George. If we're being honest, like big wings like that, he probably has more in common with Kawhi Leonard. Like he's just so much more.
I don't think you give Andre Karolinko when he first showed up the skill set that he had. Like he was turned into that in that system,
and they didn't play basketball like how they do now.
Yeah, he was turned into that
player, man.
He was always
but I know we got to move on. Freakish defensively.
Karolinko doesn't have much of a jump shot. Yeah,
like that's how I feel like Blake Griffin should be playing like Cooper.
Which goes back to my original theory that what Coop is, I think that he's going to be what this guy could have been.
A more offensively charged, less defensively specialized Scottie Pippen is the upside on Cooper Flag, in my opinion. I think that's where it's going to be. I think he's going to be a point forward for a lot of his career. I think a lot of things that maybe I was thinking about Scottie Barnes early in his career, that's kind of like the same archetype of Cooper Flag, but he's just further ahead at the same age than Scottie offensively. And
I'm so glad you're mature enough to admit that. So good.
All right, fellas, we go get into these super chats.
I just didn't know if he was willing to admit it, but he able to admit it. So I give his props.
As you were saying.
Before we get to the super chats, I do want to shout out our Portland show. We will be in the MODA Center April 10th. And the reason why this is so special, it's not just the fact that we're going to be in the MODA Center. It's not just the fact that we're doing our first live show ever. It's not just the fact that we'll be watching Kawhi Leonard versus Denny Avdia after. It is not the after party after the whole thing that's going to be the best part about it. And it's not what makes it so special. What makes this so special is that we are the first ever podcast to do a live show in an NBA arena before an NBA game, y'all. So I want to encourage you guys to come share this special moment with the panel. Not just our first live show, but the first live show ever at an NBA arena before an NBA game. You guys come pull up, support, and show love to us because y'all deserve it and we deserve it. And we all deserve a good time. So let's pull up. Let's have a good time. I hope to see all of you guys there, especially all y'all to be in the chat talking that big shit to chill. We bringing a boxing glove, so we're going to see about all of that. But fellas, we got super chats. The first one is from King Bo. King Bo said Kareem Lopez and Thomas How do you pronounce his last name?
Huff.
Huff.
It's not Huff.
Ha? It's Ha?
He the guy. He the one who played for Florida, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ho? Is it Ho?
They just lost. Was it Iowa? They lost to?
Yeah. Man, what's his name?
Lipsy was the dude. I was telling y'all about Lipsy early in the season. I saw him play the second game of the season. I said, bro, I like the guard for Iowa State, but I didn't realize that was Lipsy. Lipsy solid, bro. Some games he has some stinkers though. Some games he'll have a stinker, but he's solid. I don't know if he should come out for the draft, and I don't agree with his coach saying he's the best point guard in college, but he's solid. I rock with him. I rock with their team though. I rock with Iowa State team.
Well, King Bo said Kareem Lopez and Thomas Ha, welcome to OKC and goodbye linebacker Lou in the offseason. And I hope he is benched in the playoffs. I need buckets, not tackles. That's fire.
I wouldn't be surprised if his minutes go down. See more Case and definitely more Caruso. They unleash Caruso more in the playoffs. So wouldn't be surprised if his minutes come down.
Jamrock said the Eastern Conference playoffs are definitely going to be exciting. Before the season started, I had the Knicks. Now I'm not so sure.
Philly in 6.
OG Team said, now I understand why players are simply putting the ball in the hoop. Shout out to Real Talk in the fast break. By the way, how much do y'all value defensive win shares?
I don't, but I know Bill Russell's
Not at all.
all-time leader. But I don't. But I know Bill Russell leads it. So.
Nobody, I asked this question like months ago, and nobody still have given me the answer. How is that even calculated?
I don't know how you get it.
I asked it
extremely common. I've read it, and I'm too stupid.
Yeah, like nobody gave me the answer to it, and it's like I don't know how is it even calculated.
Just know Bill Russell's all-time leader. That's what you need to know.
Yeah.
Tupac Westside said, I'm already seeing some haters, LOL. Trade AR, fire JJ. Bron is washed. Can't critique a loss without going to extremes, LOL.
Hey, listen, man. If for every 9 games you win, you're gonna lose 1, I'll take that every day.
Yeah, that's decent, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Court Alchemy said, you guys think Wemby a top 10 offensive player, top 5, but you guys think Wemby a top 10 offensive player right now? I heard people say he's better offensively than Booker, Hallie, Tatum from last year. If so, shouldn't he be best in the world?
The Wemby I've seen recently would probably be fringe top 10 offensively. If he's not like 8 through like 12, maybe. Like I would have Jokic, Shea, Luka, Kawhi, Giannis, Steph. That's 7. And then everyone else I would entertain. I'd still favor like Cade, like this version of like Brunson still.
KD,
Donovan Mitchell,
D Mitch, James Harden. I think LaMelo's really good offensively, but people sleep on him.
Oh, wait a minute! You back high on LaMelo scoring?
Mm-hmm.
No, just his offense.
Oh, okay. No worries. No worries.
But yeah, so like 8 would probably be the highest I could go. Like if I was really optimistic, 8 would be the best I could do. Low end probably like 15-ish. So that's probably his range. And then defensively is him and then everyone else.
So it appears as if I'm not wrong. I was just early.
Well, you still said top 5.
This is our first time for everything.
Initially the conversation started at top 15. Initially, that's where it started.
It did.
And then obviously
you jumped off a cliff. Yeah, you jumped.
Well, hey, I like to skydive from time to time. But initially, I wasn't wrong.
I'll catch y'all later on.
Later, Drench.
All right. DSG Piccolo said, I don't know if it's March Hoops, Nets Tax, or both, but Tumani 9 for 11 from 3 is crazy. Clinging with the easiest 7 blocks you'll ever see. Relegate the Nets to the G League.
They're trying to catch up in the tankathon because right now they're still a win up on the Wizards and Pacers, so they're trying to catch up.
I wonder if he was saying that. I wonder if he was saying that a couple of years ago when the Trailblazers was at the bottom of the Western Conference. I don't think he was saying,
was you saying it then?
I don't think he was saying relegate the Trailblazers to the G League. I'm pretty confident that he didn't say that. No.
No, but there is some egregious tanking going on at the bottom of the East.
Crazy.
It's interesting.
It's like some games that I'm not even thinking about watching.
That's why I have
Like,
such a
the
difficult
Pacers
time.
just beat the Pacers just beat Orlando.
I was just getting ready to go there, man. That's why I have a difficult time with Orlando. Like, you can't lose that game. You can't lose to them dudes.
Definitely can't.
You can't lose.
And where the Rockets can't lose to the Bulls, like you can't.
You can't lose to them.
Games. Like,
somebody did not tell Colin Sexton that the Tankathon is on. He like, shit, I need a job.
See,
I don't know what the
thing,
hell.
like this. What I mean when people say, "Oh, this team's tanking," it's like the players aren't tanking.
Colin Sexton, like, I need a job.
Out there competing, it's just on the coaching staff to try and stop them from competing too well.
You stop.
The players gonna go out there.
You stop being so good. You too good. Matter of fact, come sit over here on the bench.
Why do you think teams shut players down? It's not because the players on board with the tank. It's because that player actually helps us win too much,
and we can't have that. Nope.
Yeah, like these players go out there and give effort. They try. They compete. Like, they're not out there trying to help them get their replacement drafted. They're not trying to do that. They're trying to go out there and compete. So
All right, the last 2K Bender be gifted a Player's Choice membership. Shout out to the last 2K Bender for being a member and gifting a membership. Also, Devin McKenzie 3176 became a member twice. Appreciate you for joining up twice. Hey, you're doing better than a lot of people out here. Hey, some people only got one car. Some people only got one girlfriend. Some people only got one house, but you got two. Shout out my man, Devin McKenzie 3176. Also, we got a super chat from Bob. Bob is tapping in yet again. Salute to Bob. He said, I've liked the Rockets processing since the Lakers game. It is apparent we need to trade draft assets to get off of bums like DFS, maybe 3 firsts for Trey.
It's incredible how the tide turns, right? Because I mean, in September, the DFS addition to Houston was supposed to be a big deal. Like,
he just hasn't been good this year.
No, he has not been. Nope, he has not been at all. But it was supposed to be a man. Getting him when he was with the Lakers last year, he's gonna be perfect for us. Perfect, consummate D&3 guy. No.
But chill, it's just like the NBA is not the NFL where draft assets are like the best thing you can have, because NFL players, their life cycle is short. In the NBA, like, they could have afforded to get off a pick or two just to go get a competent point guard. They could have afforded that. And y'all know I like Reed Shepherd, but it's like, if you're trying to compete right now, you got Kevin Durant, the timeline's already accelerated. To me, it just didn't make sense.
I think Reed Shepherd.
This year's over, man. The year's over.
It's for sure.
The year was over when Fred tore his ACL. Then it was double over when Steven Adams was out for the year. It's just over.
Yeah. But shout out the Rockets. I'm still going to enjoy watching you guys in the first round. Reginald Deborah said, my boy Pentavious Caldwell Pope got that.
Viltrumite.
Got that Viltrumite hairline. Only people who know ball understand what I'm talking about.
I don't know what that means. So I don't know what that means.
Viltrumite. Let's Google.
I know Pentavious Caldwell Pope.
Viltrumites are a highly advanced alien race of extremely powerful superhumanoids native to the planet Viltrum. As a dominant species of the intergalactic species.
Yo, Bars, drop that link in the chat.
So we got to be virgins to know what the hell you're talking about?
No, this is bull knowledge. Yeah, bull knowledge.
This is ball knowledge?
Anyway, if anyone wants to read...
hey, why are virgins getting strays?
It's from the show Invincible. People watch that. It's from the show Invincible.
This is anime.
But what did the virgins do?
I don't know. So it's an animated show. I don't think it's anime, though. It doesn't look like anime. But yeah, the Viltrumites are from the show Invincible. Didn't watch it. It's not basketball. I don't know. If you want to read up on it, here's the wiki. I put it in the private chat for you guys.
For sure. Thank you, Mars. Let me go ahead.
I don't think my hair is.
Viltrumites.
I don't see what's different about my hair. I'm basically like the creative player, but I didn't.
Well, you do kind of look like a Viltrumite. He wasn't lying. Oh, I've seen this before. Oh, yeah. I'm hip with the Viltrumites. Shout out to the Viltrumites, man. But anyways, next super chat.
I swear to God, me and Chill have exactly the same hairline. What are we doing here? It's the same shape. What is different?
Yours. I would take the do-rag off and show mine too, but just to be like,
I would take the hat off and do that, but I already, Devin McKenzie sent through a super chat and said SGA or Luka currently. Who y'all rocking?
SGA.
Truck Johnson 1 said, bad point about all these players shooting better at 2-point than Bam. Bam takes tougher shots / mid-range jumpers. Precious gets drop-offs, easier shots.
No, that's fair.
Taking those
and if I made the argument that Precious Achiuwa is a better offensive player than Bam Adebayo, you can bring that up. At this point, I'm only talking efficiency, and I'm simply telling you that he is not, for the last 3 years, he has not been suited to the role that he has been given, and it has been with Jimmy, it's been without Jimmy, it's with what y'all call is a great coach. You know, Norman Powell is a better offensive player. I'm sorry, Tyler Hero is a better offensive player. If we're just talking that, Bam is their best player because he's a great defender.
It's crazy how that whole thing spun into a whole hour debate, but salute to today's episode, man.
Because he scored 83. You just mad that the third best offensive player on his own team scored 83. That's what this is.
No.
Hunter TV said, what Chinese team do y'all think Cam Thomas is going to?
I'd be surprised if Cam Thomas ended up in China.
I would be too.
I wouldn't be. At this point, I honestly don't know what's next.
He was born in Japan. I found that out by looking at his basketball reference page. So, you know. That's him.
Go back home. Homecoming.
So them Europeans do be getting them, advantages. I get it. That's what Jordan was talking about.
You didn't even know, and you ain't even know.
That's why he got that second contract, man, because he's European.
Archer Vieira said, "Shout out to the Ghost that agreed with Drench that Schroeder is greater than D. White. Spirits up." None of y'all agree with that? It was just me and Drench?
I know I didn't.
So me and Drench are the only one. You know what? Forget it. But shout out to Dennis Schroeder, though. He's doing his thing in Cleveland. The next super chat is another one from Hunter TV said, Cam Thomas was 15 on 39-32 splits on the Nets and 10 on 43-27 splits with the Bucks, along with giving no other court value. Pretty obvious why he got cut.
You know what's pretty interesting?
It was last year. Yeah, it's a big fool for us.
Cam Thomas with the Bucks also shot better from 2 than Bam Adebayo. That's the last thing I wanted to say. Peace.
Lay the pen, bro.
Christmas.
Yo, them two put on an all-time performance today, boy. Hey, now that it's just us three in the chat.
Me and Chill just playing our roles today. That's what it was. We just playing our roles.
Sometimes you just gotta get out the way.
I was gonna be in the corner today, huh?
Sometimes you gotta get out the way and let him rock. Move. Don't get involved in that. Let him do his thing. Yeah.
Shout out to them two, man. They got it in today. Big Za 00 JJK, the GOAT anime, said, y'all see Ace Bailey been hooping? Jazz got a good pick in Trey Laurie. They have no reason not to be nice next year.
Trey Laurie. No, I think I'm gonna hold on.
Yeah, I don't agree with trading Larry Markkinen, but Ace, I'm not gonna speak on that. I haven't watched the Jazz play in a minute. Ace Bailey, I'm seeing the stats he's putting up because it's on my timeline.
Yeah,
I haven't watched the Jazz game. I'm not gonna speak on things I haven't watched. Shout out to Ace.
I didn't watch the games. I did watch like the possessions and the highlights and stuff. The jumper's falling. I like this. Like he's looking comfortable from that 3-point line, looking comfortable from the midi. Honestly, it hasn't even really been too much to the rack. He did blow by Scotty Barnes though last night and got a reverse dunk. Oh, actually, no, that
anyone
was
could blow by Scotty Barnes. Anyone could blow by Scotty Barnes.
But yeah, the jumper's falling though, which like that's promising for him. Crazy.
His last 8 games, he's shooting 45% from 3. But that was the thing I said about Ace Bailey as a prospect, because I wasn't as high on him as you were. But the thing I was high on was like he could shoot the ball. Like the percentages at Rutgers didn't do him did him a disservice because of the difficulty of his shots. But he can shoot the basketball. So if he's able to become that level of off-ball scoring weapon, which from what it looks like on highlights and whatnot, that's how they've been using him. And all year, that's how they've been using him. From what I've watched, he's been an off-ball scorer. You don't have him isolating, creating his own shot, whatever. He can be an effective off-ball weapon, and for a really long time with his athleticism, shooting ability, physical tools. Yeah, I'm intrigued. I'll say that I'm intrigued.
Yeah. I can't wait for year 2. I think year 2 is gonna look and feel a little different with Ace than this year. This year, obviously, putting everything together, not really playing in the best environment too. But I think like how you said, Mars, next to Keontae George and Laurie, if he's able to shoot. Like that unlocks everything for him. But all right, Archer Vieira sent through another super chat and said, fire JJ Redick. Can't coach Bronny? Drench, probably. Switch up on Cam Thomas is crazy.
Sound with Cam Thomas, man. He was scapegoated.
It's unfortunate, man. It happens to the best of them. We got another super chat from Big Za 00JJ, the GOAT Anime. Said, Mars, trade Laurie, get more defense and spot up shooters. Back up vet point guard. I don't think he's going to fit with the young guards. He going to F up their development.
I don't agree with that. Damn,
there you
Kevin
have
Ware.
The next super chat is from Brian Cook 7696. Said, why is Nikola Jokic a pure scorer or a better pure scorer than Kobe according to Bleacher Report? Is it the efficiency?
No.
Are we talking about that tomorrow, Ron? Because you said we weren't talking about it today.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta kind of have Swiper here to, Thursday. We'll get into it Thursday. I assure you guys, Thursday we'll make that happen. MP13 said, Jordan, if you want to say Europeans get preferential treatment in the league, just say that. What is the subliminal messaging?
Yeah, he ended up saying it.
He did end up saying it. He did end up saying it.
Archer Vieira said opening night had 15% European players on rosters. Study, Jordan. Shout out to the Europeans, man. It's a good time in the NBA for everybody around the globe. Gorjan or Gorwan. I like Gorjan better. Gorjan said Nikola Topic is recovering from cancer. Pin. Someone forgot their thinking cap. I agree. They a couple people forgot the thinking caps, but salute to everybody, man. Salute to everybody, thinking cap or not. The next super chat is from Thunder Fan. Thunder Fan said, did anyone watch J-Dub yesterday? He missed the dunk, but he's showing some athleticism.
Isn't he like, I just want to make sure that I'm not bugging out, Mars. How old is J-Dub?
24.
Yeah.
Okay, he had a hamstring. He had a hamstring injury. What happened to his athleticism? It's just gone?
Yeah, hamstrings can be finicky. I watched part of that game. That game was a blowout in about 7 minutes, so I didn't watch a lot of it, but I watched some of it. Saw Jared McCain come and make 2 quick threes, kind of turn it off after that.
Yeah.
They fucking clubbed Philly yesterday.
I'm telling y'all, it's tough right now. It's tough right now, like, because you have the tanking teams, and when they play a good team, you know it's just going to be belt to ass. And then even the mid teams, when they play the good teams, sometimes it's lopsided. Yeah. It's just tricky right now. And if 2 tanking teams are playing each other, probably not watching that. And if a mid and tanking team's playing, probably not watching that. It's a weird time of the year because you know every team through and through. You know you've seen 6 months, 7 months of what every team is about, what they're constructed of. So it's just tough, man.
That's why you go watch college basketball, man.
Shout out to March Madness. Sale Talks Too Much sent through a members chat and said, chill, get Penn off the court. He's awful.
I like Penn. Penn gives some good insight. He'll
Did Penn have a positive plus minus today?
Yes. Absolutely. Just him being on the floor today. Just with the energy between him and Jordan. Yes. 100%.
I think the spreadsheets will like his performance.
Yes.
Definitely has some good advanced analytics.
He was definitely I think he was like a plus. To be honest with you, Mars, I'm not gonna go overboard here, but he was at least a +5.
That's not too bad. That's not too bad.
Yeah, I can see that. Captown Hoops said, put that in your pipe and smoke it, little boy. Pin.
Little boy. This the same dude. Nice. This the same dude who clothes don't fit. He calling somebody a little boy. Told you I eat a burger, didn't I?
Oh, we got a few more members. Bandit Huncho joined up as a member. Salute to Bandit Huncho for joining up.
Bandit Luncho, not Bandit Huncho. Bandit Luncho. Get it correct. Luncho.
Bandit
with capital L.
My bad, Bandit Luncho. I didn't mean to mispronounce your name.
Yes.
Gorjan also became a YouTube member. Shout out to Gorjan for joining up. And also, the Goat Cheese is on a run right now. He's on a tear. He gifted 10 more Players' Choice memberships. If you were one of the people that got these memberships, Thank Cheese. If you're in the chat right now, drop the cheese emojis, spam the cheese emojis. Let's show Cheese some love because not only is he a Hall of Famer, but he's making you guys members. He's allowing you guys to join into the game. He's buying you guys shoes so you could go play in the park, or so you guys can go to your local YMCA. So salute to Cheese for even putting you guys in the game. We got 2 more members chats. One is from a PCL champ by the name of MTail22. MTail said Pero Antich was 31. Kid me thought it was weird too. Oh, the kid version of MTail thought it was weird that he was drafted as well.
Shout out to Pero Antich, man.
Yeah, salute to him.
Pretty
And
only
last
showed
but
up.
not
He was
least-
35. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's crazy. He was getting ticked too. Shout out to Pablo Pridge.
He was 35 years old when he showed up. What the hell?
Last but not least, fellas, Batman FYB sent through a members chat and said, this episode has been a Penn versus Jordan episode. Ron is a L host.
Garbage. Trash. Absolute trash.
They had beef. I had to let them squabble. I had to let them get it out, you know?
I suppose, Ron.
All right, fellas. Well, Mars, chill. It has
Where we
been
at?
one hell of a Tuesday.
Two more weeks. 2 weeks from Thursday.
Yep,
two weeks. Wait till I see this dude. Oh my god.
Me and
Wait.
Mars.
Oh,
Wait.
damn.
You.
Merry
You.
Christmas.
Mars probably can't wait to
Merry
see what you've been
Christmas.
saying that
Merry
he's
Christmas.
Oh,
sucking.
as soon as I swear, 2 weeks from Thursday, y'all. 2 weeks from Thursday when I see this dude. It is on. It's on site. As soon as I see this dude. Oh my goodness.
Y'all be ready. 2 weeks from Thursday, we will be in Portland, Oregon. We
Oh,
will
my
be in the
goodness.
MODA Center. One night, one arena, and you don't want to miss it. A
It is
live
on.
episode from the panel, a meet and greet afterwards, an NBA basketball game, and then an after party. I can't wait. We'll see you guys in Portland.